So we kicked off 2025 with this build. This is a Gear 5 Luffy from the homie, actually for the homie Dre Protein, right? So Gear 5 Luffy for the homie Dre Protein. Mini dub, which is my smaller mini form factor. I'll have let me get my website up. So yeah, this is the mini dub if you guys don't know. Or you can pick one up right off my site here. Okay. You pick It is one of the a little bit more difficult build because it's so small, but you can get yourself a DIY kit right off my website. All right, so I'll leave that up too. All right, so let's see. What can I say about this build? What can I say? So visuals, we did a obviously everything is a collage. So you could if you just look up Gear 5 Luffy, you may find this background, and it's like kind of this like partitioned, I don't know, I guess a circular partition, but because the stick is not a circle, you can't really see the circular part. But it has like a bunch of action shots of Luffy in Gear 5. Yep. And then, we have a um main graphic of Gear 5 Luffy right on the front. If I moved this, at a different angle, this would have been a questionable pose, but we didn't. Yeah, the color scheme is dope. You guys like the color scheme? Yep. Buttons wise, I could see that we have used, right? Let's take a look. Okay, so we used a light blue Sanwa solid button, and then this is the violet, not pink. This is the violet Sanwa button. Clear for the dub dust washer. I always use the Seimitsu bubble tops though. I mean, they're like relatively cheap for a custom ball top, right? And yeah, they have like cool like bubble pattern inside. All right. Okay, here's a side. I don't know if you guys could see this. It's kind of hard to see maybe on your screen. I don't know if I can enhance it. I can't. Okay, but here I actually engraved. It says, it says Gear 5. It says, yeah, it basically says Gear 5 here. It's engraved in just to the white. Hard to see, but I did do that. We have white corners here that we 3D printed along with the USB port. Removable Freak Mods lever, right? White buttons over here. Here you can kind of see the engraving here. It's still kind of it's really faint. It's meant to be faint, kind of just like baked in. Did we do a bottom? I forgot. Oh, here you see it says Gear 5 here. You can kind of see it there. Teal and magenta buttons work so well. So much white. Ah, okay, so we did do a custom bottom. So we did a custom one-piece engraving on the bottom of the stick. When I do the engravings, it does take a long time. So sometimes I'll just do the outlines, and that just makes the whole process like go way faster. And I can basically bang out like the foam pads a lot faster if I just do the outlines. Also, it looks a little cleaner. Sometimes when it's like completely, shaved off, I mean, you're losing material, right? There's that. And it also, what happens is that like because it's literally foam that you're just burning off with a laser. Sometimes like having too much of an engraving, causes a lot of like issues. Not really issues, like there's a lot of debris, you know. So sometimes it's just nice to just do the clear. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just nice to do the outlines. But yeah, that's build number one, right? Again, guys, use the link above if you guys want to follow along. Hit the heart button if you like it. You know. All right, so that's that. What do you guys think? For me, I think I'm most proud of the top, obviously. Just the overall like color scheme that we used, as well as just like the composition. And oh, we forgot we added this little like sticker, this like Gear 5 sticker here. Looks pretty cool. All right, let's move on to the next build, guys. All right, best viewer. Okay, you're gonna get blocked. All right, so this one is a mashup, a bunch of characters. All right, so this is for the homie Boshi, And we went with Guts, right? We went with Guts, Henshin, Dororo, and Itachi. There's a lot. And we had to kind of like tie it all together with like a samurai, like samurai vibes, right? So we put all these guys together, definitely some samurai vibes. It's honestly, it's really tough to combine. It's really tough to combine different, I want to say genres, but different like series because the art styles are a little bit different, you know? So you kind of have to, when I do these, I have to kind of find the middle ground. Okay, like I have to choose images that like can fit well together. So even here, the art styles are completely different. You know what I mean? Like this is more of like a little bit washed out, like brush texture look. This is like traditional anime. You know what I mean? But it's definitely fun. Yeah, definitely fun characters. We put a sakura tree like in the background. You know, some flower petals, and it's just over a moonlit like typical anime scene. Yeah, it's hard to make it cohesive. I think that's one of the harder parts on here. Okay, we did a red bubble ball top. We did clear dust washer, and then these are these. What parts are we used? These look like gravities. Yeah, clear buttons, clear gravity buttons. Top shot over here. Ooh, look at the sides. So we put Boshi's name over here. We went with the pressure fit corners. Oh, and I used a purple Freak Mods lever here. Yeah, this one shipped to Sweden. Yep. This one definitely shipped to Sweden. Made a little logo for Boshi here and added all the 4 characters here. Cool little sakura leaf like yin yang type thing over here. We have we put a QR code for him over here. I think that goes to their social media for the dub logo. We see the pressure fit corners. Oh, clear buttons on the sides as well. I typically use the Sanwa buttons for the sides. If those are out of stock, because they do sell out pretty quickly, I go ahead and use Seimitsu's. But I think these are the Sanwas. Oh, the back panel. So I kind of did like a 4 window pane panel, and we added that yin yang that we used over here, and then we used the small foam cushions on the sides for a little bit of grip. Throughout the year, I kind of changed the way I do the foams, but this was kind of early on in 2025. And me and Frieza's favorite effect here, we definitely added some scan lines in the back there. The 4 coma on the back is pretty epic. Yeah, so this ended up going to Boshi in Sweden. Crazy, right? All right, so that's number 2. All right, all right, this was pretty straightforward. Okay, so this is a custom leverless. I call it the Onyx build. If it's just all black, matte black. This is for Dak Gogi. Now, Dak Gogi, I hate to say it, this is crazy. I built him a stick the prior year, the same layout and everything, right? And it had a Tekken theme. But what happened was his grandmother threw it away. Yo, can you believe that? His grandma threw the stick away. Like, how does that even happen, right? How does your grandmother throw the stick away? Oh my god. I just want to play the buttons, bet. All right, so hated on that art probably. Hey James, what's up, man? Yeah, we're doing the end of year review. Okay, so what's unique about this build? I know it's just super simple, right? But what's unique is that we're using the Punk Workshop like mouse click buttons on this. They literally, I forgot what they're called. You guys know? Uh, anyway, so it's like the new version of the Punk Workshop buttons, and they have mouse click switches on there. So literally, you know how like your typical mouse, you know how fast you can kind of click. So that was the whole thing about this build. They wanted to use this build. Yeah. So Frieza saying in the chat it was too sensitive. For me, I even made a little reel. If you go back into my reels or my shorts on YouTube, I made a short about these buttons, and they are so sensitive. It's crazy. All right. we engraved that Gogi's name. It's hard to, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can kind of make it out faintly here. And look how low the buttons are. Oh, low. Crazy. And yo, dude even bought them for the sides, like a maniac. Great maniac status. Usually, like, I personally don't spend a lot of money for the side buttons, right? Yo, I think these are like $7 a button, something crazy like that. Like maybe $7 or $8 a button. All said and done, like shipped and everything. So can you imagine? Just mad buttons. Oh, here it is. You can see the engraving here a little bit cleaner. It's $10. They're $10. Yo, that's wild crazy, right? I definitely bought Sanwa or clones for the sides before. Yeah, I would just always just like if you're just like unless you really want to press start that fast, you know what I mean? And then we just went with the typical this is my stock foam for the bottom. All right. Pretty dope though. I mean, honestly, I love those clean builds. Ooh, okay. So this is build number 4. We got, you know, the classic video game couple. We got Clive and Jill from Final Fantasy for the homie G-John, right? So this one, you know, it's got some lovey-dovey vibes for sure. Clive and Jill. Found some really cool illustrations here. I think these are actually game shots that we use here. A little bit of some of the signias in the background kind of floating here. The quote says, "The only fantasy here is yours, and we shall be its final witness." Damn, that's kind of sexy. You know, definitely some floral stuff happening in the background, just to kind of match the, yeah, we did some floral stuff to kind of match the theme a little bit. Grimlock is saying, I dig this one. Crazy layout, hella buttons. So this one is just okay, if you think about it, it's a traditional stickless layout plus 3 buttons. So we got a pinky, we got a next to the thumb over here, and then we got one up here. So let's see what we did. And I think we definitely use gravity buttons on this one as well. White enclosure. By the way, the white enclosures, you're gonna see a lot of white enclosures in this little recap, but I don't really stock the white enclosures. I only have like I only buy like a couple pieces just to be able to do commissions, but I don't do them on my website. Just because like it's a lot of money to buy a whole ton of inventory that some people aren't even gonna want. You know what I mean? So if someone requests white, I may have some. If not, I'll be like, just wait till the next cycle when I buy acrylic, and I'll try to buy more white. If you guys are curious. All right, so Final Fantasy 16 logo here. Clive and Jill, right? Same on the background. On the USB side, basically the same thing. A little different style illustration. White USB pass-through to match. White corners to match. Put G-John's name over here. The little symbols are back over here. This one came out really clean. Sanwas, we have LEDs in there as well. Nice. So this is I think this is just a game wallpaper that we used, but I think it definitely fit the theme. You know what I mean? I think my favorite part about this is just like, I love how the floral like graphics kind of tie everything together. Like you see the border here, you know what I mean? It makes it look like, honestly, I don't know, like it just adds like a cool vibe to it. Stylized Amaro art on the back, yeah. Nice. All right, I'm gonna move on, guys. Okay, so this one it looks simple, but it was actually pretty difficult to make. Okay, so this is for, you guys know Chris Tatarian. Sorry, shout out to Chris Tatarian, Street Fighter legend at this point in his career. OG from Street Fighter 4 days. Always been a Ken main. Yeah, Chris T the GOAT. So Chris just needed like he needed a daily driver that would be able to tackle all the things he needed, training mode, you know, when you build sticks for pro players, they they don't think of it like the way that an average person who commissions me thinks about builds. Chris has a very specific, he wants a very specific feel. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like I positioned like, hey, let's use better buttons. He's like, nah, I just want Sama buttons. So I'm like, okay, like, well, let's make him a little bit nicer. You could have the Sama feel, and and he kind of liked the black and purple vibes. So we went with clear Sama buttons, no artwork on the top. You're gonna notice something different. He's like, hey, I really want to be able to just like hit training mode options really fast. So we have these 12 millimeter buttons on the top that I don't usually offer, or even yeah, I don't even like, it's not nothing I ever offer. Okay, so 12 millimeter buttons on the top. All right, so that's for him to be able to cycle through training mode options, reset, record, all that good stuff. Okay, here's where this stick gets fancy. Oh, by the way, really awesome marble bubble ball top. All right, and then we also went with a removable lever Sanwa JLF. We just went plain. He's like, I want a JLF. It has an auto DIY mod as well, but for the most part, he kind of wanted it to feel like a stock JLF. He even put the square gate back on. Okay. Hey Alvin, what's up, man? Hello, love the passion you have for Fightstick. Seems like you treat it as a duty, and that's a passion that aren't found in many people. Thank you, Alvin. Yeah, that's definitely a true statement, and I appreciate that comment. Okay, here's where it got really fancy. All right, you see the front here? So this is like purple, custom purple acrylic. It's like space acrylic. It has like a wavy space theme. You know what I mean, like outer space type thing. And that is inlaid inside the black acrylic. It looks so simple, right? But it was so tedious. Like I had to basically cut the black acrylic with the, overall shape, and then I had to cut the purple inlay, just the letters, and then I had to super glue them all in. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So that took a long time. All right. You see a better view here. You see how it's kind of shiny too? You can see the shininess. Look at that. And then everything black, right? Chris is one of the first people that I actually did the corners, I call it the jonyfraze edition, JF edition. 3D printed corners was just a giant block and kind of holds the sides a little bit more steady. Okay. But yeah, this side we did a clear window because we already moved the touchpad L3 R3 buttons on the top. So we just dedicated the left side for his social media, so you could follow his YouTube channel, his X account, his Twitch, right? Nice kerneling on the T. Doesn't read as Christ. Oh yeah, we definitely added a little bit of space. Okay, on the right side, this is the traditional, home options and share. Yeah, Chris T build. And guess what, guys? Chris made Capcom Cup this year, so this stick is gonna be represented at Capcom Cup this year. Like that's so special, man. Like how awesome is that? Amazing, right? All right. Next build. We're at build number 6. This is for the homie iCan. Okay. Now iCan is a repeat customer. Oh, I think he buys a stick for me every year, right? iCan buys a stick almost every year for me. So he wanted a build for Fatal. So many banger fight sticks. Thanks, King Scrub. Yeah, so iCan just wanted like a build for Fatal, and then he didn't know which character to main. So he just like he had the artist. I actually didn't do this graphic. He hired someone to do the graphic. But as you can see, it's kind of just like a basic, Fatal Fury type vibe. And because he didn't know what character to choose, he just went with the generic Fatal Fury, like City of the Wolves, look. Okay. Gravity buttons, and then we did do a bat top. I think I remember that they wanted like a hybrid lever, so I kind of made a bat top with a heavier spring, and they really enjoyed that one. So SNK logo in the front, Neo Geo on the back, a little bit of the lightning. Pretty simple. I didn't do the graphics on this one. It would have been something that I would have been if they asked me to do this build, I probably would have ended up something similar. But ICANN likes to commission people ahead of time. I like seeing that Fatal Fury. Yeah, Vance is a big Fatal Fury fan, as we could tell. One sec, guys. Ugh. Okay. What's up, Chowder? All right, next up. I think this is. Oh, we saw more shots. Side shot here. Okay, a little bit of angles. One with the yellow pressure fit corner. Okay. Oh, Southtown map on the bottom. Nice, nice. Southtown map on the bottom. Can't go wrong with that. I like the little lightning that the artist did on that one. Ooh, okay. All right, next build, guys. So this one is for the homegirl Beckmon. You guys know Beckmon. Please follow Beckmon on Twitch. Amazing Street Fighter 6 player and content creator. So we had the homie Jick D. Jick D is her editor and graphic designer for her streams. Okay, so obviously Beckmon is like Digimon, so have like a little Digimon background here. Yeah, Beckmon's a treasure and Canadian too for all my Canadian friends, right? So we kind of okay. So Beck hit me up and okay, here's the whole story. Okay, I'll give you the whole story behind this. We're at ECT 2023, whenever the last ECT was, right? So Beck got to hang out with Miss Patricia, and Miss Patricia has the mini dub. You know, that's like her main stick. And I guess like Beck wanted a stick that is easier to travel with, and saw the mini dub, liked the form factor, and was like, "Hey, can you make me a stick like what like I seen at ECT that Miss Patricia was rocking?" So we're like, "Sure." So Jick, her graphic designer, made this little like graphic for it. Looks pretty cool. I think we matched it really well with the pink and violet buttons and the blue bubble ball top. We also have a removable lever. We went with the purple one here, right? Simple build, you know what I mean? We have white. We did a white build to kind of make it, you know, look really clean. Pink. We did, yeah, pink. Look at this. We did pink and light blue for the USB pass through. All right. And yeah, so if you see Beckmon, she may be using these at tournaments. You know, she has a Victrix controller too, but she finds it really heavy to travel with, so she'll rock this. We did have to go back and forth a little bit because she wanted a couple of specific things for the way she wants like her training mode, like these buttons. We actually ended up making this a function button so she can do like touchpad. So if you hold this and in a combination with the joystick, you can get like touchpad L3, R3 because the mini dub only has 3 buttons on the sides. See, this side is blank, right? The font for the engraving is really cute. Yeah, that's like her if you look on her website, that's like her logo as well. But yeah, this one came out really nice, just super clean, and it basically it was a utility piece. You know what I mean? She needed it to be able to travel lightly, and it took her a little bit to get used to, from what I understand. But she does use it pretty often. All right, next up. So this is build number 8. All right, and I'm gonna name this the Staten Island Shotos. Right, this is for the homie Gordash. He represents Staten Island, New York. Right, home of Wu-Tang Clan. All right, so we have a what do you call that? A silhouette of Staten Island in the background. It's hard to see, but it's actually Staten Island. And then we have his favorite Shotos from Street Fighter. You remember this one? Nice, nice. So we have Ken, we have Ryu, we have Akuma, right? Gravity buttons, red bubble ball, okay? Black removable shaft, clear dust washer. We did a little graffiti here, Gordash NYC. We have a Staten Island FGC token. It looks like the if you guys aren't from around here, the this is kind of fashioned like the older ferry tokens, or yeah, they have like tokens. You know what I mean, to use the ferries, right? And then Staten Island, New York City, fighting game community. So you know, repping his squad. And then I did different colors because this is like a blend of orange and red. The 3D printed corners we did red on this side, orange on this side, right? Just repping New York. Yeah, the Forgotten Borough, right? See that there? Super nice, right? Yeah, we just went with like when I did these graphics, when I did these graphics, we just went straight Street Fighter 6. You know what I mean? Like super super Street Fighter 6. You can see the Street Fighter 6 outlines in the back here. You see the little 6 in the background? Yeah. So what did I do for the bottom? Okay. Stock for the dub foam on the bottom. Looks really clean. I get to see this pretty often because Gordash does come out to events every once in a while. So yeah, we do get to see Gordash pretty often. All right. This one, oh man. This one came out pretty sick. I love the colors on this one. Okay, so this is Demon Slayer for Yamanashi. It's Gyome and Mitsuri, right? This one was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I spent a lot of time composing the background, kind of finding like some anime assets. It's actually like a amalgamation of like a bunch of different things that I just layered together. Shinto shrine in the background. We got like sakura leaves kind of flying everywhere, flower petals. Um, yeah, it's basically like a shrine background. You got the chains, of course. You know what I mean? Characters just kind of, represented on the left and right side. This one was really nice. Demon Slayer decided to go neon. Yeah. Demon Slayer logo here. Got some shots of these guys here. We continued the Shinto shrine over here. Japanese Demon Slayer logo in the middle. These guys peeking out to you over here. Green corners we did. Is there a place you can order? Yeah, James, I have I can give you the link. Just send me a DM and then we'll talk about it off stream, okay? So yeah, kind of green vibes, foresty vibes, you know what I mean? Came out really good. Oh, and then on the button side, we added some manga panels. Put Yamanashi's name over here. Manga panel on this side. And then this one, look at it. I found these like frontal face, face forward view, and I did like a split view. I don't know, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think this one like was close to, not gonna lie, when I was fidgeting around with it, I think what made it work is like the jawline was similar, so it definitely worked. So, oh, and we have some kanji here. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what this says at this point. I forgot what this says at this point. I could probably look it up, but right now I have no clue what that means. It probably means something really stupid. It probably says pork egg foo young. Yeah, sometimes the kanji I'll remember, but like most of the time I forget. Shoryurepa. We'll go with holdouts like honor and justice. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, chat wins on this one. All right. Ooh, next up. Next up. So this is build number 10. Wow, did we really go through? Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, build number 9. Holy moly. Build number 8. Okay, yeah, we are exactly in the right order. Okay. So build number 10 was for the homie Jedi Rob. I met Jedi Rob at the same ECT that I met Beckmon at. Now, Rob is a little bit of an OG. So he kind of just wanted like plain Jane Vuelix, but he definitely wanted the Green Lantern theme. So we have Hal Jordan version of Green Lantern. So we have Hal busting out over here. You know what I mean? Green Lantern logo in the background. I put the symbols of I put all the symbols inside the buttons here. Yep, all the lanterns and the buttons, exactly. That was really fun. That was super fun. A little bit of a comic panel here. Gravity buttons as well. And then green bubble ball top. I think did we do a green? Let's see. No, we went with black. So kind of offset. So we did a black removable shaft. Hal busting out over here. Some electrical sparks over here. Old school illustrations as well. Got the logo in the middle here busting out. Green corners. Yeah, this one's definitely like a nice showpiece. Got the fist up over here. Blasted off with the ring. Let's go. Logo on this side. And then the bottom, we did engrave a custom Green Lantern logo. A little bit of a 1, 2, 3. What is this? A hexagon? Is that 6 sides? Yeah, hexagon pattern here with the Green Lantern logo in the middle. Man, this one came out super sick, right? Came out super duper sick. Sama buttons on the sides here. Yeah. I think this is the first build that I started using the JLX, the Sama JLX lever for the actual lever internally. Oh, and then also we use USB-C for this build. Definitely use USB-C. Okay. Build number 11, really simple Onyx build. I'm going to call all the matte black builds Onyx builds. So this is for True Blaze. Shout out to True Blaze. Now, True Blaze wanted something very specific. I'll tell the story about. I believe True Blaze didn't like they didn't want to be able to use their pinky for those extra buttons, so they requested to move the in the last set of buttons closer to the left side so they have easier access. Which is honestly, it's pretty cool. Really cool shot of everything. You prefer Seimitsu for the side? Yeah, I use both. It doesn't really matter. For me, I use both Sama and Seimitsu. Here's a top view, side view. You can also see, I don't know if you guys can barely make it out, but there is an engraving here with their name. Yep, pretty straightforward. Simple build. Sometimes simple is the best, you know what I mean? There it is, True Blaze. You can see the engraving over here. Came out really clean, right? Okay. What number are we on? We're on build number 12 at this point. Okay. Build number 12 for CDZ. Now, as you can tell, CDZ is definitely an OG. We went with the straight 6 layout. You know what I mean? Straight 6 with 2 extra buttons, right? You know when someone got the straight 6, something's up. You know what I mean? They are definitely an OG. They're pumping quarters into machines. You know what I mean? That's me, by the way. All right, so we have Nash and we have Cammy, right? Now, so Nash, here's the thing. Nash didn't appear in Street Fighter 6, but so the way I did the graphics, we did a Street Fighter 6 style Cammy with what's that called? Like the dot gradients, right? With what is this called? Frieza, help me. The hash gradient? No, I don't know. My arthritis is acting up just looking at it. Halftone. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So we wanted to use the halftone style of the Street Fighter 6 graphics, but then we had to find a Nash to match it. So that if you could see it, that's the anime Nash, right, from Alpha, and then we added the halftone dots to kind of make it match the Cammy. That was a little bit difficult to do. We did some of the comic scenes in the background, so you'll see Nash in the background here. Those are from the Udon comics, right? We have the Air Force logo over here, so Nash over here, and then on this side, on this angle here, you'll see the dolls, Cammy and the dolls over here. So it's kind of divided, imagine there's like a line here. That's how it's divided. Green and blue buttons. I believe these are Sama buttons. Yeah, I believe these are Sanwa buttons. And we did a green ball top. Actually, it's a bat top. We did a green bat top. No artwork on the side here, so we did engrave CDZ's name on here, right? Came out really good. Actually, are these gravities? Let's see. These may be gravity buttons. I at this point I forgot. But yeah, green and blue translucent buttons. Super nice, man. Kept this theme the same on the sides here. We are using, oh, this is a Seimitsu lever. 100% a Seimitsu lever. So we used a Seimitsu lever on the top. Oh, matching blue and green pass-through over here as well. CDZ. You can see the name over there. And then the stock foam on the bottom. All right. Next up, build number 13, League of Legends, the Puros, right? the little creatures. This is a stock wallpaper. I actually didn't do this graphic. They just submitted it. Stock wallpaper. What I did do was the sides. I did do these sides um for Jay Hall because he didn't have any sides prep, so I kind of found these little icons of the Puros and kind of laid out the text that they wanted. Super simple, right? A little bit of a mashup here of a wallpaper on this side, same on this side. And then look at this, custom engraved Puros on the bottom. That was really fun. I think that made the piece like kind of cohesive. Gravity buttons definitely on the top. You could see the LED shining through. This is a 6 God all button layout, by the way. Little cute. Yeah, we definitely went with the cute. We definitely went kawaii on this one. Ooh, next up, build number 14. Build number 14. Okay, James, this is an example of what you're talking about. So this is man, I think it was called like midnight like acrylic. But yeah, we ordered custom acrylic for this build. I believe these are crown. Yo, what did we summon you, bro? That is crazy. Ant, bro, are you kidding me? Yo, what's up, Ant? Yo, what the hell, man? Literally, Ant just popped in the stream when his stick was being showcased. Pause. Pause. Yeah, so this is what do you remember the Ant? Do you remember what the name of the acrylic that we chose? The exact name? I want to say like Midnight Swirl or something like that. But yeah, so Ant and I we took some time. Midnight Dream. Okay, so Midnight Dream acrylic, right? Got these beautiful metallic buttons, right? Look at this. Titanium shafts. Titanium shaft. Yeah, it looks like a slab of marble, right? Yeah. Clear bat top here. Came out so beautiful. Antagonist, extra button. You could feel the power of it. We summoned Ant. We went with I think these are gunmetal buttons on the sides as well. Really, really nice, man. Look at the glitter. Like the glitter in there makes it work. Sometimes these simple builds are look at the color pattern in here. Oh man. And then look at the titanium shaft here. You guys see this? Like it literally like is like iridescent. It's so cool, man. Yeah, this is like super luxury. Those these custom acrylics, they're not cheap, man. They're super expensive. Look at that. We did like a wave pattern on the bottom. Shaft. Oops. Okay, yeah, look at the wave pattern on the bottom, then we engrave Ant's name on there. Super nice. We did a gray. We did gray for the pass through and then black on the corners here. Yeah, the clear dust washer, yep. Or the dub dust washer. You guys can buy this off my shop. I do sell it. The clear dust washers. I believe. Let me see. Yep, right. Oh no. Oh, here it is. Yep, for the dub dust washer right over here. Nice, right? Okay. Yeah, this one's up there. It's definitely one of my, one of the nicest looking ones that we built. Ooh, okay, back to the anime, guys. We're in build 15. Okay, so this Kurapika and Gon, and this is for the homie Katana Creations, Hunter x Hunter theme, right? So Katana, amazing artist, amazing creator as well, and plays Tekken, and they play Tekken on Leverless. So this was one of the first builds that we did for Katana. I think we did like 3 or 4 total for Katana. Katana like made stuff for his family, but yeah, these are one of the builds. Yeah, there we go. We put their logo on there, Katana Creations, their QR codes for what do you call it, website and stuff. Here, theme continues. The one thing that I really liked about this one was we wanted to make it like very dark, right? Typically my style is like bright and like in your face, very visceral. But this one we went with like a dark theme. We have the chain here. We have the chains in the background. Kept that dark vibe, you know what I mean? Black buttons. It's kind of, super emo, right? Even the way that this character is stylized, it's much different than like a typical anime. A little bit more darker theme colors, bolder like contrasting blacks, you know. Chain continues here, added the characters back over here, right? Symbols on the sides here, black. I think we did Sanwa buttons for everything. Yeah, everything is Sanwa blacks. You like this one, Lorax? Yeah, it's like, sometimes the different vibes kind of hit different. You know what I mean? Black corners. Just kept this one simple, but it's clean. And then I believe we also just, we did the stock for the dub foam on the bottom. Ooh, okay. Remember how I said Katana commissioned a couple? So this is the second one we did. And I think they commissioned both back to back. So I had to do that previous one and then this one at the same time, which is, it was a lot of work. So this one is, one of my favorite themes is Gundams. Gundams are like, I think anything Gundam, they always slap. So Sengoku Astray, for Katana Creations, we put the graphics wise, we put, the full Gundam over here. I love this Gundam because of the samurai swords. So sick. We have like a front view of the Gundam here. Oh, Gundam font, Sengoku Astray. Pilot. Some shots of the pilot here. This is kind of like, you're going to see a lot of this like frame. So I use this like comic frame here to add like different elements and, kind of tell a story. So you're going to see that in a lot of the builds that I do. So buttons matches the Gundam. We did black. These are all Sanwa solids. We did black. We did green, yellow, and red for the mains. Again, Katana Creations added the front view of the Gundam over here. Sengoku Astray, right? I put the samurai swords on here. Woo! The buttons here represent his kids. So we have Ivory, Jaylee, and Jathan. How cool is that? He wanted me to represent his kids on here. I remember watching old Gundam tapes, my older cuz, with no subtitles, straight Japanese and imagination. Just like, don't even know what's happening. You just follow along in your mind. That's kind of crazy, man. We got the kids here. Very cool, right? I think the colors on this, something about just like primary colors, they always slap. Red, green. Oh, foam on the bottom. All right. Real quick, guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream, and you guys haven't done this yet, can you guys please send me a vote on evo.gg/awards right here. Best custom controller. Type in jonyfraze for the dub. That would be super sick if you guys can do this for me. If you guys are enjoying the builds. We still have a little bit of time to vote for the for best custom controller. Let me know if you guys can do that in the chat. That would be super dope. If you guys can vote for me. All right. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to it. Ooh. Thanks, Evanson. But yeah, everybody in the chat, if you guys could do that for me, that'd be so dope. Yo, Mav, thank you, bro. So this is Haikyuu. You guys know Haikyuu, volleyball anime, right? So the character is Asahi Azumane. And this is for Sonic Glenn Jammin all the way out in Hawaii. Commissioned this from Hawaii. So Yeah, we just pieced together like the Haikyuu vibes, you know. Again, the halftones. I said it, halftones, right? We put like a we put like this little like player card here, you know what I mean? This graphic, spiking the ball over here, serving the ball, I should say. Crew over here, you know, to strike past all obstacles, that's the ace. Quote from the character. IQ sides here, we just kind of mashed up everything, put a volleyball in the background here. A little bit of mashup from the anime. IQ Japanese logo here. The crow, right? That's the theme. The team. Minimal buttons here. Yeah, this panel is like all minimal characters here. Clear buttons as well. I think we did we do? I think we just used Sanwa buttons on this one. Could be wrong. Yeah, you see the minimal design of all the characters here. I'd have to look. I think we did. It's either gravities or clear Sanwas. We may have used gravities on this one. Hard to tell. I have to look at my notes. I'm actually curious. Oh, I'm gonna look. I'm looking at my on our Discord chat. Dude, it's this point I forgot. I'm gonna say they're gravity buttons. I typically use gravities for everything, and then later the gravity KTs. But yeah, well, I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? I think this one's like, as a theme, cohesiveness came out amazing. Definitely fun to do these graphics. Oh, look, and then we started doing the stack. So we did a 3-color stack. So we did black, orange, and black to kind of match the theme for the 3D printed corners. That was like kind of a new thing. Um, Rear logo, we try to match the Haikyuu logo with Sonic Lin Jamin's name. I think that came out really cool as well. All right, next up, guys. Okay, so this is build number 18, and this is for Not Shane. All right, so Not Shane, really simple build, just wanted white and gold. Okay, white mini dub, engrave their name in here. We did a removable shaft here, Freak Mods, white ball top, super duper simple, just white and gold. Sometimes these just slap, right? White and gold always slaps. They wanted, I think they specifically wanted a USB-C. Yeah, USB-C panel here. Classics for a classic reason. Yep. What's up, Crash? White and gold, looking super clean. Yep. All right. Not much here. It is what it is. Just clean white and gold. Mini dub. Move on. All right. So this build is for Blackjack Zack. I love this because it's like the old school animes. Oh my god, it like just comes together so good. This is a Yu Yu Hakusho build for Blackjack Zack. We're on build number 19. Okay. You guys could just, yeah. I don't care if she's a girl, a baby, or someone's grandmother. I'll still knock her out. Yep. OG, OG. The finger pointing and all. This guy's chilling in the background. Yeah, I think this is one of my like funnest graphics to put together. Like I do like this one. Spirit gun. We just went with all these like funny panels on the sides. You know, just goofy faces. That's what we talked about when building this. So I don't know if you guys ever seen the Sailor Moon build that I did like a couple years ago. So Blackjack Zack was kind of inspired by that and wanted to do it for this Yu Yu piece. So we put all the goofy faces that we could find of all the characters all around the build. Just all the funny goofy faces. Okay. Yo guys, if you haven't if you guys want to follow along, if you're on Twitch, check the pin note, and then you can follow along. And if you like something, you can hit the heart button right over here. I don't know if you guys have been doing that. Goofy faces all along. We have the LEDs here. We have a oh, look at this ball top. This ball top is the gradient ball tops. It goes from green to yellow. So nice, right? And it's like completely clear. You once cosplayed as one of these events, and that's cool. How cool is that? Custom engraving on the bottom. Just put all the little icons here for the Blackjack Zach's name engraved in there. Super fun, right? It's such a fun one. Honestly, like yeah, I love when things come together like that. Just super fun. Okay. Oh, another Onyx build. This is a 6 god split Onyx build. This is for Hilger. Shout out to Hilger. Okay. So this, if you guys don't know, I make this super slim enclosure called a dub plate. You guys can build it yourself. So this is a completed version of it. Really clean, all black. Look how sexy that looks, man. Sometimes, you know, the simple stuff always slaps. Always slaps. This is build number 20. Sheesh. We're already 20 deep. The sexiness, man. I cosplay as one of those characters, yeah. Yeah, straight black, a dub plate. Came out sick, right? Alright, let's move on. Build number 21 we should be on. Ooh, Static Shock. This is for Static. Right? Their name is Static. The client's name was Static, so perfect. 6 god leverless. Yeah, thanks. Yep, never an exit. What up? The Static Shock. Static Shock's a DC character? Pretty sure it's DC, right? Am I right? Pretty sure it's DC. Yeah, just a lot of lightning going on. Yep, DC. We put their symbol in the background here. Some of the comic panels here. Again, you see that little theme. A lot of times when I do comic themes, I'll put like the comic panel, kind of like make it more comic-like, right? I put a shock to your system quote on the bottom here. Oh, what city is Static Shock? Is it Detroit? Or is it a fake city? I forgot. Grimlock has a question. But Johnny, I told me the Freak Mod's removable shaft won't work on a Nobi lever, but aren't any quick relief shafts that would fit the lever? I remember there's like a screw-on one, Grim. I remember I was helping the homie Helst, and he had one that had a screw-on, but I don't know where to buy it, dude. I think he had to import it from Korea, I think, or like Japan or Korea. But yeah, gravity buttons. We do have a LEDs inside. If you could see here, we are using a Korean lever. I think this is the first Korean lever that we're showcasing, right? First, yeah, one of the ones, and it has a full collar. I believe this is the Fujin lever, yeah, the Fujin 3 V3 lever. And then we did with the 3D corners. We did blue, yellow, blue to kind of match the Static logo on the front. We didn't say Static Shock. We meant this to be for the client's name, Static. Him busting out over here, some electric. Static's from DC, so it's DC. Okay, I wasn't sure it was like Detroit or DC. Oh man, yeah, this came out super sick, right? Uh, Logo on the side here. Got the LEDs still shining through. Yeah, Static Shock, man. Yeah, hey Spaceboy. So we're going through all the commissions we did this year. Can you believe that? I opened the stream saying that total we did 70. I think that's the most I've ever done. But when we get to the end, I'm gonna just show you guys like some of them I didn't do full builds on. I did like just the enclosures. I don't know if you want to count that, but as overall as like me putting stuff together, 70. Can you believe that? Count it? Yeah. Yeah, we did one for Chowder. Um, Static Shock over here, logo on this side. Super fun. stock foam on the bottom. Yeah, this one slaps, man. For sure, this one slaps. What button layout is this? This is Noir button layout. I bet you this is for Tekken. Oh, woo! Yo, I went ham on this. Let me tell you. Oh my god, I went absolutely ham on this graphic. So this is for, oh my god, it's Chachi. Spider-Punk. Okay, build number 22. Yo, I went nuts, man. I was like trying to find, I think this Photoshop file is ridiculous. It's probably like a terabyte. It's so big. There's so many little assets that I use, like, pull different styles of the Spider-Man, of this Spider-Punk. If you guys don't know, this is from what do you call it? The newer series. Nice art, thanks, True Mav. Spider-Verse. So Spider-Punk is one of the alternate Spider-Mans. A lot of people were like, "Yo, why is it like pink looking?" I'm like, "Yo, that's how Spider-Punk is." Yep, Spider-Verse. Thanks, Pig Lizard. Yeah, so I remember like I think I spent like 4 or 5 hours like chipping away at this graphic. I kind of made it like, I made it look like a hot if you were to just cut out like your own collage and like put glue on the back and just slap stuff together. That was like the vibe I was looking for. Yeah, like even this web here, I had to rebuild this web. I remember this took like literally an hour to rebuild this web because I only had pieces of like the web and I had to extend it all the way up to the top. So I remember like cutting it out and layering it and like, you know, just making different like different like variations of it, and I had to stack it. The button layout is very unique. I believe, oh my god, it's Chachi. I believe this is what they wanted, but they didn't. They had issues using their right pinky, so they wanted everything kind of like thumb to be accessible with the thumb, where they couldn't use their pinky, and that's one of the reasons why this layout is the way it is, right? So it's main 6 plus a 30 millimeter thumb, and then everything is 24 millimeter, and then the thumb can shift between the two extra buttons, right? Right. The AI could never. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe for now, right? Oh, if you look at the border, we put all these punk rock symbols in the border. How fun is that, man? Okay, let's look at the sides. I went more ham. Spider punk, little like cutouts here, right? Got like oh, I forgot the name of this guy. Oh my god. This is like Spider Punk, the real dude. What's his name? Ah, hold on. Spider Punk real name. Hobie. Yes. Hobie. That's it. That's it. Yep. This is Hobie right over here. Oh, so sick, right? And they hit Spider Punk's logo here. So fun, man. Removable shaft, red ball top. And then we put like more punk rock symbols on here. And we even did, oh my god, it's Chachi's name is like a punk rock sticker over here. Oh man. This is up there. Probably one of my best graphics of the year. Best arrangements of the year. I think so. What do you guys think so far? Right, this one came out fire. I just remember putting so much time into this because it just like ended up being like a rabbit hole that I couldn't like. I need to finish this, like make it look so fire. Oh my god. We put the spider punk. Yep. We put the symbol on the bottom. Laser etched it. Ooh, this one's definitely like a showcase piece. Deep cut facts. Ooh, back to the mini dubs, man. The clear buttons here. One Punch Man. Yeah, Bad Brains. Yeah, Bad Brains. Ooh. Yep. Oh, CBGBs, right? That whole scene. Like the whole new my brother grew up in that scene, man. My older brother. 80s, like punk rock, skate. Oh, so good. So this is for G-Man, One Punch Man, right? Classic One Punch Man. One thing I don't know if you guys can see this. I put his foot stepping over into the real world, right? His foot is stepping into our dimension. They're not part of the stick. I like to do little touches like that where it's like I use the border, like stepping over the border. That's really fun, right? A little collage here of all the characters. One Punch Man, sprawled out logo in the back. Clear buttons, artwork's popping through. I don't think we did LEDs in this one because LEDs and mini dubs are like kind of tough. Right, busting through, awesome, right? One Punch Man logo here, a little bit more of a collage in the background. Oof. Japanese logo here. One Punch Man here. Crew on the side here. Got yeah, Freak Mod's removable shaft. I don't know if we did Sanwa. I think we did Sanwas here. I don't think we used gravities for this. Yeah, this was probably one of the nicest mini dubs I've built. And I haven't built many. But yeah, this one came out super strong. One super dope, my bad. I read one One Punch Man the strongest. Johnny, you, my friend, are musically knowledgeable. I dig the low key. I throw in old music references once in a while, and you catch every time. Yeah, I'm a DJ. You know, I don't know if you. I'm a musician and a DJ too. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? This is definitely one of the nicest mini dubs I've built. Oh, so nice. Black and red, USB C. Oh, we did the minimal. The characters in the minimal look over there, stacked. More over here. Super sick. G-Man logo over here. Yeah, this is nice, man. Low-key, I would kind of want one of these. All right, moving on. Oh my god. I spent mad time on this too. I remember this one. This was crazy. All right, so this is for the homie Spets. Spets has a couple builds. Um, yeah, so metallic buttons. I think these are crown buttons. This is a what do you call that? The oh my god. What lever is this? God dang it. Knee. Yeah, knee lever Neo. That's it. Yeah, this is a knee lever Neo. Right, another Korean lever. Okay, obviously the freaking Joker, right? Just ha ha ha's everywhere. I just went nuts with the ha ha ha's. Yeah, we had to be demented. That's a good word, Blaster. We literally had to go and make it super demented, right? Crazy, crazy. Yeah, ha ha's ever blood. You know what I mean? Why so serious on the comic panel here? This button layout, don't even ask me, bro. I don't even remember what the hell we wired everything to. This was wild. I remember like, what? Like, and then we have a lever plus like a million buttons. I just remember this being like so difficult to wire. It was just a lot of work, man. You could see my studio in the background here. You see my music stuff? It's funny. Inside the buttons. It was a mess inside, for sure. Yep. More Joker comic panels here. I love this logo, the Joker logo here. Oh my god. Just went ham, just peppered in all this Joker stuff. I don't got enough brain cells for all the buttons. Yeah. Me too, man. Oh, we did the gold buttons on the side. Ha ha ha's on the left and right side. The Joker themed 3D printed corners, purple, green, and purple, fire. Yo, this is crazy. I did a custom foam, I think, too. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I remember. Yeah, this one's definitely a showpiece too. Yeah, look at that. The Spesta Hollow. I forgot the name of this Batman series. Gosh, I forgot the name of it, but we had to use that one. Put all the ha ha ha's in the background. Look at the first of all, look at the feet. We did purple feet. Okay, do you guys remember when I did that build for Red Bull for Anakin? When Red Bull commissioned me to do like the video series, right? So I had bought this green acrylic. I'm sorry, green foam. And I had like I had like one little scrap left. Like you're going to see a little bit like I think I had a couple scraps left and I had enough to make these pads. So yeah, that came out super sick, man. Ooh, okay. Next one. What number are we on? Okay, guys, we're on number 24. I'm gonna move a little bit quicker, guys. Okay, just to kind of get through this, guys. We have a lot. So we're on number 24. This is for the homie Bun Bun, right? Bun Bun's local actually. Bun Bun came and picked this up on his own. And then this is Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. You guys know about Solo Leveling? It's a game as well as an anime. Yeah, and then yep. So good call on that one. This is one of the first WASD builds of the year. Gravity buttons with LEDs. All right. We have all the I forgot what these are called in like the spirits or the devils. I forgot what these guys are called in the series. But we added all the ones that he liked. If I give up because I'm scared, I can't become stronger. Cool quote. Wonderful keycaps. Yeah. We had to buy like the keycaps. I had to buy like a whole bunch of them. Excuse me. Ugh, I had to buy a whole bunch of colored ones. Yeah, kind of like a purple theme, Mav, right? But we had to buy a bunch of these like different colored keycaps. They came in like a pack, like 100 of them, and I had to like pick out the colors that I wanted. Anytime I do these WASD, they always kind of end up like that. Okay, sides. Got the characters here. This is the generic wallpaper for the game. I remember them asking me to use that one. Yeah. Added a little bit of embellishments, though. Like, of course, the anime speed lines. We did solo leveling engraved on the foams. Really fun. Logo over here. Main character here. Arise. That's like the whole thing to wake up these like I forgot what they're called, like the demons. But yeah. Awesome, right? Ooh, okay. Back to Street Fighter. Ryu and Akuma. This is a hit stick of 6 God hit stick. This is for the homie Spartan. And I remember this one very specific. This was kind of fun and a little bit of work to kind of put together because we also had to do a history of Street Fighter. Okay? So we did Ryu, Akuma on the top. That was the main 2 characters, right? But then look at the sides. Street Fighter 2. Okay? We did Street Fighter 1 in the middle with the original logo. Street Fighter 0 series on this side. Street Fighter 3. I specifically did not make it. What's up, Sade? I specifically did not make it Third Strike. I just wanted to like represent the base series. So Street Fighter 3 on this one, even though that is the Third Strike, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Sade, this is a hit stick. So it's like this is my 6 God layout, and then with a stick on the side. Yeah, people. This is not the first one. If you're just tuning in, we missed a couple of them. We're already on build 25, right? We're on build 25. But yeah, we did a couple of them that are hit sticks already. Yeah, Ryu Nakuma, classic Ryu Nakuma graphics. Believe in the path you have chosen. Red bubble ball top, gravity buttons, clear dust washer, removable shaft. You guys already know the deal. Okay, so we were here. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 0 or Alpha, right? Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, and Street Fighter 5 over here. We kind of did like a whole collage of the history of Street Fighter. Oh, look at the sides. Okay, if you're an OG from the US, and so some people didn't understand what this panel was. This is the original Street Fighter 2 cabinet graphics for World Warrior. I had to put that in, man. You know what I mean? I had to put that in. Custom Street Fighter graphic on the bottom, punching kick pattern. Oh, I started, yeah, this punching kick pattern, right? Ended up becoming a stock graphic for my foams that you could choose. Like after this build, I think I like removed the Street Fighter and just filled it in and put my logo in there. Yeah, this one is cool. It's like a history of Street Fighter. So fun, right? All right, let's move on. Ooh, okay. Oh, this one was crazy. Okay, so this is build number 26. It's Byakuya Kuchiki from Bleach, right? I can't really barely say that. Okay, what's very unique about this is that it's featuring. This is the first time I've done this. I don't know if Trust is in the chat, that would be cool. But one of the goals for this build was to showcase the Seimitsu Sakura lever from Arcade Shock. Shout out to Arcade Shock. Because look, you buy this beautiful lever, right? You buy this beautiful lever, and it has this amazing top plate, and then you install into a stick, and then it's like you don't get to see what you just bought. You know what I mean? So yeah, I had to figure out a way to showcase the lever, and it was like one of the things I had to engineer from scratch. It wasn't that hard in theory, but like getting it right and making sure like I could still install it and still. You see here, like I couldn't cut off any of this artwork, so I had to like very carefully measure everything. The screws are in this little like rounded area here. So in order to make this, yeah, Grimm's build is based off this as well. So okay, I had to. Let me see if I can do this. Show you the sides. Okay, you see this white panel here? I had to cut that shape out after measuring it and trying it a bunch of times. I had to cut that shape out. Okay, and then the top panel is, as you can see, the top panel is completely solid. It's clear. So underneath is what's cut out, the main panel. And then the artwork, as you can see, the artwork also has the cutout. So I had to um, overlay the artwork right on top of exactly fit the gap. It's tough. But once I figured it out, I saved the file, and then Grimlock, which we'll probably get to later. Grimlock's build also showcased. I think I did 3 of these in total. But B-Trust is the original one. And then Bleach theme over here, we put the character's name in the background. Kept the theme going with the Sakura leaves. Really awesome. LEDs, gravity buttons. Look how nice the shaft is. Pause. Right? Look how nice the bullet top is. This was my favorite one that actually caught. I actually caught the builder. What do you mean, Raiden? What do you mean you caught the builder? But yeah. Oh, look at this! I actually forgot I did this. I put screw covers here. I put screw covers here. I probably still had a couple left. Oh man. Oh, we did a custom foam too. We did this Sakura foam on the bottom. Oh, here's a close shot of the lever. You see it here? You could see it. See the artwork's cut. You see the screw right over here. I guess if you look at an angle, you can see it. But you see how it's like a 1/4 inch depth right there. Still able to see the lever. Man. And then yeah, here's the custom foam. Listen, I warned the client. I'm like, listen, the white foam's gonna look good, but like it's gonna get messed up quick if you're not careful. And you can think about it, it's just like a white piece of foam, right? So I said like, hey, be careful. Like, what even like if you wear jeans, the dye will rub off, right? So yeah, but we had to go and complete the look. All right. This looks like another mix-up build for an Onyx mix-up build for the homie merch. Okay, so mix-up or cross-up, you guys can say cross-up. Hitbox makes the cross-up layout, so I adapted it a little bit, made it a little bit different, and I call it the mix-up. Really simple. Merch's logo over here. You guys have seen this build plenty of times with the matte black, so I'm not going to go through it too much. Engrave the client's name over here. Sanwa everything. Removable shaft. Super clean. Can't go wrong with these clean-ass builds, man. Oh, here, look. See, I told you. So I started using the kick and punch pattern. So that's one of the first ones that you see before the stock one, which you can buy off the site now. Okay, moving on. Build number 28. This one was really fun. Okay, so this is for Brilliant Loser. We actually did a build in the past for Brilliant Loser. I like Brilliant. I like the stuff that Brilliant does because they always ask for things that are like a little bit off, not the average fighting game type thing. So this is something called flash tattoos. If you Google flash tattoos, it's like a style of tattoos that people can like, quick tattoos that people have stock. Like the artist could just be like, okay, pick from the book and like choose that one. So we kind of went with this like flash tattoos vibe, all the favorite tattoos, right? Yeah, it has a little bit of a graffiti vibe. Graffiti and Halo is a matchup I would have never thought of, right? Mm. But yeah, like flash tattoos here, one of his favorite one, and like he says brilliant, like the client's name. Okay. I made this icon a bomb. How cool is that? Eye over here, handcuffs, all these little flash tattoos, more flash tattoos inside the clear buttons. Super fun. Like superimposed, kind of like make it look like graffiti, but it's also the tattoos, you know. So I just like chose all these fun tattoos that I had found, you know. Oh man, really really fun build. Six God 30 millimeter layout, by the way, guys. Removable shaft, orange ball top, matching 3D prints, brilliant loser's name on the side here. More flash tattoos on the buttons on the side. Here's the rear panel. I love this. Oh, and look, so this is the first time you've seen me because look, I didn't want to block the artwork, right? Because in the past I was using the ones that fit on the side, right? So I learned a little bit something here. I was like, you know, I was always afraid that like the clients wouldn't have enough grip on their lap when they're playing. So I tested these little like corner jammies and it felt exactly the same. Matter of fact, maybe even more. Then I started making these corner foams that became stock as well. But I learned a lot, you know, throughout this year of commissions. So that's the back, guys. All right, next up. Okay, another build for Spets. This is the Mishimas. We had to do all the Mishimas that Spets liked. Okay. Let's see, Heihachi, Kazuya, actually just Jinpachi, right? Jin, Kazumi, and what's her name? New girl. New girl. What's new girl's name? Uh Dang it. Reina. That's it, Reina. Is she is a Mishima, right? She's like Heihachi's like last daughter? Something like that? I forgot. Yeah. So this was tough too. I don't know if you guys could tell, but the art styles are very different. So I had to kind of choose ones that matched a little bit, you know. Kind of city background over here, like a Tokyo like city background, Tekken style background. Kind of put like the blood, you know, you see this like blood splatter kind of what's that? It's like the devil gene, like the he's Mishima for sure. Yeah. The devil gene, you know, blood. So there's these little subtle things you kind of have to understand within the game, you know, to tie stuff together. And I think that's one of the examples. Like you would just think it's like a red mark, right? But it's actually like think about it, it's like the devil gene bloodline, you know, in the background. But yeah, it's hard. I got to be honest with you, it's hard to like put pieces together that have a lot of characters, especially if they don't have like a theme. Fortunately for this one, this was like a Tekken theme, so it was kind of easy. But yeah, the more characters you have, the harder it gets to kind of put stuff together. Oh, again, we went with the what do you call that? The knee lever Neo, Mishima Zaibatsu. Couple pieces here. I love this graphic of like Heihachi throwing Kazuya off the cliff. Is it Kazuya? Yeah, Kazuya, and it's like the opposite on the other side. The blood thing continues. King of Iron Fist logo here. Some of the Mishima logos, you know, Jin's logo, the tiger, purple bat top. You know how hard it was to like to get different colors for the knee levers. You have to get different. You have to buy different pill tops. These levers, man, these Korean levers, they cost so much, man. Oof. Mob shot in the back. I couldn't really find a lot of the I couldn't really find a lot of like more animated style, so I did the renders on the back. You know, so it's like anime style on this side and then renders on the back. Put it all together. And then again, we went crazy with the corners. We did custom Mishima Zaibatsu, you know, uh foam corners. Pill tops okay. I could play with them. They're not that bad. Yo, this one, oh my god. Okay, what number are we on, guys? So we're on build number 30. Johnny from Guilty Gear for the homie Kamisenin. Kamisenin. Yeah, Kamisenin. So shout out to Cam, right? Yeah, this one was fun, man. Again, another build with another hit stick build with a lot of gold in this one. Clear buttons. We have the coin over here, Johnny's coin, right? A happy ending happens when the handsome guy wins. Really awesome, like abstract Johnny graphics that we had like pieced together. Definitely some blood in there, some chains. Um, I remember, I believe I had to color shift this Johnny. I found the Johnny and it wasn't like the right color scheme, so I had to shift some of these colors to match the gold. I'm pretty sure, like now that I'm thinking about it, I remember doing that, and it definitely took some time. If you guys can see here, there's also another Johnny popping up over here on the logo. Any neat lever users in the chat? How does it perform? It's a good Korean lever. It doesn't, you know how your Grim, you know how your like it doesn't have that like Japanese snap, like where you can like when you push the switch, it kind of like snaps. It's definitely a grommet, but it's you know it's a good feeling lever. He uses the knee lever, yeah, yeah. I think kind of be funny if he didn't use lever help. Like, yeah, no, he uses the Neo, yeah, for sure. Well, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't really know, but I would assume he would, right? Okay, top view, sides view. We had, this is the first time I think I used gold filament. I had to buy gold filament for this build. We have gold over here, more Johnny action on the side here, Joker over here. Super cool, right? Black and gold. Black and gold is the theme. Chains over here, the coin. Uh, uh. This took forever. I think this took like 3 hours on my laser. It took forever. I don't. I like. If you guys have seen, you got to catch me on a good day to be able to like, you know, for me to have the time to engrave. Because here's the problem, right? I don't mind doing this at all. I don't mind doing these like really detailed engravings, but the problem is it holds my machine up, right? It holds my machine up, and I can't finish my other jobs for the day. So I kind of limit any custom foams to like 1 hour, but this took like 3 hours on the laser. It was so tedious. But maybe I had like finished everything I needed to do that day and just let it rock. You know what I mean? But yeah, it took forever. Came out sick though, right? Yeah, the Johnny build's good, man. You know we hit the Guilty Gear themes pretty well. Dude, I played Guilty Gear the other day for the first time with my nephew. It was so fun. I'm like, I need to start playing this more. I actually have fun playing Guilty Gear. Oh my god. Bro. Side Delta. Yep. Clev the God. Okay, I didn't do these only thing I did for this was the did I do the side? No, I didn't do the sides. I did the bottle caps. Did I do the bottle caps? Pretty sure I did the bottle caps. Inside the buttons. Yeah, Fallout theme. I believe Sai was gonna go cosplay as this character at Evo and bring this whole thing. Yeah, Fallout theme. So Clev did this whole thing, man. Against all tyrants for honorable service, right? Just did a little clean graphic here. Yeah. Smiley face guy over here. Black and gold. This is a theme of black and gold. I think I just went ham with the gold. But it worked because everything was gold on these things. You know what I mean? Some of the icons here. Yep, we had to do this guy in the back here too. I felt bad putting this screw here, but I couldn't not put the screw in. You know what I mean? I should have got a gold screw or painted it gold. In hindsight, I should have did that because it kind of like messes up the graphic a little bit, but it is what it is. Got the bullets here. Yeah, Fallout, so sick, right? Okay. Oh yeah, this one came out good. Shout out to Clev, illustrated the whole thing. So good. All right, what number are we on? We're on number 32. Okay, I'm really proud of this one. I'm proud of this one because I had to figure out how to do this artwork because it just didn't exist. Like, so Anubis is an Egyptian god. So I had to like piece together a temple, make like kind of hieroglyphs. I don't even know if they're real. And then I had to do a hieroglyph that they wanted this quote on there that says "You can't cheat death." So I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like a fake hieroglyph that says "You can't cheat death." You know how like there's like English fonts, but they look like Asian fonts. That's basically what I had to do with with this like hieroglyph font. Yeah, but we had to like find this Anubis. I'm not gonna lie, it could be AI. Not gonna lie, it could be AI, but again, like this, like there's no like set Anubis, just like a character. We had to find all these like little pieces. But yeah, um, gold buttons here, gold ball top. Look at this. It literally looks like an artifact, right? I think I even took a picture like it came out of a Egyptian tomb. Can you imagine archaeologists like excavating stuff? Like they just found this, right? Can you imagine they found this? That would be crazy. Look at the sides. I went so ham on this. Just because like things just didn't exist. Anubis icon here. This is like the headpiece, the back of the headpiece. We put like hieroglyphs over here, or like, the silhouettes over pyramids. So sick, man. Oh, I don't even know what icon that is. I forgot at this point. We have the Anubis' staff. Put the staff here. You guys can see that. Oh my god. Yeah, this one came out sick. And then yeah, another this is probably like a 2-hour foam I did. This took quite some time to do this one. Seer of Anubis. This is the client's name. Actually, this is the client's. He had like commissioned someone to do like an esports logo. So yeah, this is. I put that in the middle. Chad Anubis. Nice. Okay, this is for Spets again. Yep. Okay, Frieza, where are you at? So Frieza did this graphic. I didn't do this graphic. So we did white and gold themed Dark Souls, right? For Spets. You like this one, UGK? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, Frieza did this. So shout out to Frieza for arranging these graphics. Yep. I just put it together. Again, another knee lever Neo. I believe Spets changed the color of the pill because he had ordered it on his own. I believe. I could be wrong. This time we went with white and gold. The theme of gold continues through this wave of builds. So yeah, freaking Frieza killed this one. You died. This quote is crazy. So what do you say? Why not help out one another on this long journey? Yeah, white and gold's fun, right? And then I had to use a white case, obviously. Super nice, man. Woo! Look, you can see the gold luster from the filament here. Super nice. Shout out to Frieza. Shout out to Spets. So I don't know, like this. We had to. This is what the client wanted, but this was hard to kind of etch. The cleaner, like if you have vector lines, the etches come out better. Also, because it's like an etch, the lines kind of burned in a little bit. So this dark area, it's actually like burnt in. Texture on the white was literally like crumpled paper. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So Frieza's talking about the background here, like this. You see how there's like textures in the white? Yeah, it was tough. But yeah, this one was like kind of hard to engrave. And I didn't have. I think this is the last white I had left too. Oh, and you'll notice there's no feed on here because it was actually removable. This is one of the ones where I learned how to do the magnetic ones. So yeah, there's no feed on there. Okay. Next up, guys, we're on build 34 Yamato a Yamato theme for chunky creamy chicken soup, right? Kind of went with just like super clean. Again, another white build, one piece, of course, the theme. Sakura leaves flying everywhere. The big lady. Oh yeah. I just kept this one really clean. little like comic panels, like manga panels here, colored manga panels. I think that's a cool look. Yamato, One Piece, really nice like Sakura logo here. Her in the front here. You see here, I put the flowers like right where the screws would to kind of make it look cool. Pink buttons. What do we do for the top? These are all Sanwa, so we did white and pink. Pink ball top as well as a silver Freak Mod shaft. Oof. You like this one, Advancing? Yep. And then we reuse the Sakura foam since I already had that saved. This takes a long time too. This takes about like 45 minutes. Super nice, right? Ooh, groovy time. Earthworm Jim from my own bare hands. This is a fun one, man. Okay, I love this one. Man, okay. You know what? I might put this up there with one of the ones I liked this year. Okay. Okay, it just has the coolest vibes, man. Earthworm Jim's awesome, man. You know? I didn't even know I remember when I was like trying to make this one, I didn't know that I was gonna be able to find assets for it because the game is old as hell. It's a super old game, right? Like I had to find all these old assets of the game. We put all the characters in here too. We put mad work into this. Look at all the characters. Yeah, man. Got Jim over here with the groovy, action shots. When all else fails, start blasting, baby. Got the futuristic background in here. Ah, again, my little comic panels that I do. Gravity buttons, blue ball top. Wait, what? Oh no, this is just a clear shaft. We didn't do a removable lever. Yeah, clear shaft on the silver. And then look on the sides, we put all the quotes, like all the funny quotes. Wham, we doggy, I win, groovy. Look out below, whoa Nelly. Like, all these are you see these here. These are the stages. I had to piece together like the stages of like you look up like Earthworm Jim stages, right? It's like the map, the bit map of the stage. I like pieced them together. It was a lot of work, man. This one's super fun. Like I would like this for myself, you know what I mean? Ah, look at the background. Earthworm Jim logo. Yeah, this took a while to engrave too. Anytime you see these like dark fills like this, anytime you see the darker fills, it takes a while. Yeah, Earthworm Jim. This one came out so funny, man. I mean, yeah, it's so fun. I mean, just came out fire. Blue, or blue, yellow, and blue corners. Dude, okay. Number 36. Wait, you know what? Before we get into that, let's do like a midstream like pivot. Okay. So, let's see. Is there any trends that we noticed? I don't know. What do you guys think? Out of all the ones so far, do we notice any trends? A lot of anime for sure, right? I think anime, predominantly anime. Um, yeah, definitely a lot of anime. Fighting games is always a thing. We did have a lot of like oddball stuff too. So a lot of people just say it's like, oh, all you do is like anime stuff. It's true, but we did have a lot of other things like, unique builds like this. Some of them weren't even game related. We have a lot of comic, right? Comic themes are a big thing too. Comic is big, right? So comics, anime, definitely a big thing. The matte black builds, I guess we won't even count those. But yeah, it's predominantly anime. I would say that's what you guys want. I mean, like I don't make these themes up. You guys tell me. Comics, anime, Street Fighter big, Tekken big, right? Every once in a while we get these cool things that are like off the beaten path, like the tattoos one, uh, this Anubis one, right? You know, some non-fighting games we're seeing. Retro, I think, yeah, the Earthworm Jim definitely a little bit different. you know, because it's like a retro game, even though it's still stylized like anime, you know, cartoony, but definitely different with the retro stuff. I like that. Um, I think button layouts are across the board. Like everyone just got wild button layouts, right? You guys seen everything from like typical Vuelix layouts to like 52 buttons to like, you know, hit sticks. I think everyone, I can't pin down one specific layout that people like, you know? Everyone just likes different things. And I think that's like what makes it personal, what makes it cool, you know, for people who want a commission, you know? Um, so far how I evolved, I think I learned a lot of new things like the 3D having a 3D printer, help from Frieza and the guys in the Discord, like teaching me how to do a lot more of the 3D printing stuff really helped the quality of the builds rise a little bit. Um, Even just like people challenge me like the B Trust build with the Sakura lever, being able to like showcase the lever, you know, learn how to engineer all that. I think that was you know, that was definitely like a challenging thing. Trying to mix up my graphics, I think too, was you know, even though a lot of things kind of like you could tell it's my style for the ones that I've done. For the ones that I've done, you could tell it's my style, but I think they're different enough to be like, okay, these are like definitely different pieces, you know. I do use some of the same elements like the comic panel, you know, that's kind of like my thing, you know, that you'll see like exactly what we did here in the Earthworm Gym. But yeah, man, you know, I think that's what kind of keeps everything kind of unified. That it's like, okay, that's a jonyfraze piece, other than my builds. I'm sorry, my enclosures, but also for me to kind of make sure that I change it up a bit so that everyone has a unique piece. You know, I learned a lot building. You know, for instance, like I learned you'll see it later. I learned how to do like the LEDs. You know, I learned how to wire the GP2040s in a certain way to be able to program them, the function keys a lot. So yeah, that's kind of like my mid, my mid, my mid-year pivots where I started learning a little bit more things. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. Let's go to build number 36. This is for the homie Boshi again. All right. Actually, is this the first thing we did for Boshi? I forgot. Anyway, this is for the home. No, no, this is not. This is for the homie Boshi. Went to Sweden again. Marvel versus Capcom. So it, I know this is like a Marvel versus Capcom 2 forward theme, right? So that was like the base. Because if you think about Marvel vs. Capcom, I think 2 is like the pinnacle of it, right? Depends. Like I play 3, but you know what I mean? I think 2 is the one that was really the one that was like, yo, this game's insane. So what we did is we put together like a collage of different Marvel vs. Capcom pieces. Like in the background here, this is from like the newer games, you know, the fighting collection. But we also put together a bunch of characters that from like Marvel 2 and like the, you know, the Marvel vs. Capcom like 1 series. This ball top, I believe it's a yellow and green. So so again, we kind of like put an amalgamation of like just Marvel versus Capcom together, and then Wolverine and Akuma was like the main characters that Boshi wanted to choose as the main characters. Yeah. Oh no no no! So this is a neon. Yeah, this is a neon yellow ball top, like a neon greenish. I don't know what you want to call it. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom here again. Akuma versus Wolverine. Old school Marvel vs. Capcom logo. Got some of the comic panels for each of the games on the sides here. Put some like cutout panels here. When worlds unite, heroes and villains clash. Classic Marvel's Capcom theme mashup over here. Got Hausner over here. This one came out really fun, man. Blue and yellow to kind of tie in the theme together. Okay, so another thing that I learned is how to do the guitar straps. So a lot of the homies in the Discord started doing these. I'm like, yo, can you put me on? Like, what are you guys using? And they put me onto the uh, the system that's used for the guitar straps. This is my personal guitar strap. Um, Obviously, it would have been better with a Marvel theme, but it's just what I had to show to take a picture, right? But yeah, guitar strap became a thing. More mashup over here. Wolverine versus Akuma over here. I don't even know how I found this Wolverine versus Akuma. I don't know if I put this together or if that's actually just like someone had drew that already. But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. We put the corners here, yellow feet. I think this came out pretty awesome, man. All right, moving on. Oh, so like going. So this is Marvel vs. Capcom, right? And then we went right from Marvel vs. Capcom to Smash Bros. Melee. So this is for the Big E. Build number 37 for the year, the Big E. Smash Brothers. Melee. And then they wanted the what's this called? The hand. What's this called again? This the boss, the hand boss. Whatever. So we had the hand as like kind of like the main thing, and then with the whole cast over here. And what's interesting about this build, I remember like I wanted to make it like GameCube specific, right? So the top here, obviously like very GameCube specific, the colors of the GameCube. Smash Melee theme, you know, with the platform, the characters here, some scenes from the game, right? Logo here. This is a mix-up layout with the additional motions. Master hand, there you go. Vanson got it. Yeah, master hand. Okay, now if you look at the sides, I put game screens, screenshots from the game, right? So we have like the stages and like some of the the little like the new foe appeared, for instance, like the warning signs, some of the menu items here, the game over screen, like you guys get it, right? And then we have the GameCube kind of in the middle, you know, and as you can see, it's tied together with like some of the phrases, you know, success, game set, right? Ready, go, game, you know, complete. So yeah, GameCube theme. Even the corners, I did them as GameCube purple, gray, purple. See that there? Have Master Hand in the middle here. Super fun, man. This was a lot of these pieces like they look simple, but it's so much work arranging the graphics. And then the back, classic wallpaper shot. I did have to like remove the background and put them on a different background, and also add Master Hand over here. Yeah, this one was a lot of work. A lot of fun though. Shout out to my own. No, I'm sorry. Shout out to Big E. Yo, Sade. Uh oh. Uh oh. Yo, James with the gifted subs. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yo, Sade got a gift sub. UGK, Lino, Crash Tag, and C Pen got gifts. Yo, C Pen, what's up, fam? Hopefully, I'll see you soon, man. But yeah, okay. So, Smash Brothers Melee theme done. You guys think about this one? If you guys want to follow along too, you guys can check the pin note. You can follow along. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. This one is for the homie James, who I think James is still in the chat. Honestly, I love this build. Here's why I love it, okay? You guys don't know this character because this character is completely original. So James went ahead and commissioned his what do you call it? Dungeons and Dragons character. He commissioned his Dungeons and Dragons character and had a bunch of artists make different versions of the character and then passed me all those assets to kind of put together and make a cohesive piece. So this is a custom character, Lyra Starchild, and got these custom WASD marble keycaps. We also have the first time of me using a LED screen in a build, right? Oh man, this came out so good. Just all these little elements that I got to put this together. These are all original pieces, and I had to do the background, so I did put in some work with the background. Had to make like this like starry background, you know, to kind of match Lyra Starchild. To kind of like layered in her logo over here. QR codes for I think the QR code goes to the character page that he had made for this character. A little bit of like a star map, sigil in the back here. Super fun, super fun. WASD style buttons on the top, gravity buttons as well as Sanwa clears on the side. More gold, purple gold, and then the bottom custom etch again. This took forever. Again, I did a layout using this character too, standard Vuelix, and you did the WASD. Oh, nice, nice. Oof, yeah, this one was crazy fun, man. Um, I love it because it's. Remember, I said I do really love this build because it's like so unique. You know, people are like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Yo, this is the client's character on his own custom controller. Like, how sick is that?" Now you can't get a PDF of it, but stop trying to, dude. These are people's like custom stuff. What, like, you know what I mean? You got to ask the client. Movie credit. You can't just get it. You know what I mean? This is a client's customer. I mean, it's a client's custom character for their Dungeons and Dragons game. So sick, man. Fun ass character, and you're right, so many assets. Yeah. Yo, you know, but that costs a lot. That's like a good rack. More than that, probably like a G stack, just worth of commissions. You know? Yeah, truly original character. So sick, man. Look at that. Oh. All right. This one's super simple. Local homie, Rama. I didn't do the graphic. It's just a wallpaper that Rama had made for himself, but he needed a stick like ASAP and wanted to use a new layout. So Rama, 6 God, 24 millimeter, Salma button, Salma lever. Um, this is a theme that they had made. Local homie, one of the best. He was one of the best Nakali players. Now he's a really strong Terry player. Yeah, Rama's super sick. Big homie from around the way. I just put this together really quick for him. He just wanted something like he wanted a new build, wanted to use one of the newer layouts, and he was using a Hori stick. It was kind of getting a little bit run down. So we put together this like Namaste themed um, Nakali build. Super simple. Kick and punch pattern on the bottom. Yep, that's that. All right, moving on. Game of the year, right? Is this game of the year? Build number 40 for G-John, Expedition 33. I think it won Game of the Year. Custom layout here. We also have, I believe this is a knee lever Neo, right? First time using this layout, this like double 24 millimeter layout. Honestly, this is probably the best layout to use nowadays. I'm pretty sure, like for stick users, this is probably the best layout to use. So we have the main characters of Expedition 33 over here. Most decorated games. I should buy this game. We have the I forgot the main pillar over here. I tried to incorporate some of the patterns of the game here. All right, logo over here. I had to change the logo to make it like a horizontal logo. So took some liberty over there. Added some more of the characters over here. But yeah, celebrated game of the year, Expedition 33. Super fun. All the characters that the client wanted. Main wallpaper in the back here. I peppered in some of the patterns over here. I put the 33 on the foams on the side. Gold accents, because we love the gold. I'm almost out of the gold filament, to be honest with you. Yeah. But yeah, came out really good. Congrats for Game of the Year for these guys. Amazing build. All right, moving on. We're on build 30. No, shoot, 41. Build 41 for Geek Mask, right? This build got featured on Geek Mask's social media because he's a big content creator as well. Morgan, sexy Morgan, you already know. Vampires, bats in the background. Some of the shots here from the Udon comics over here, right? I had to draw this Morgan logo. This Morgan logo doesn't exist. I had to make it like the Darkstalkers. So I literally drew this Morgan logo out, like hand. This took like a good hour just to do the hand style of it. And I wrote the quote here: "There is no escape. Receive my kiss of death." And I made it look like the Darkstalkers logo. See, Darkstalkers logo here. More Morgans here. A little succubus. This is a succubus symbol. I didn't even know that existed. I just Googled it, found it. Purple, pink, and Yeah, purple and pink 3D corners, 3D printed corners, pink and violet Sanma buttons. We have I love this is my favorite ball top, the gradient ball top, the purple to blue ball tops. They're so hard to get, man. I'm sorry, pink to blue or purple to blue. They like sell out immediately when they go on sale. Blue buttons on the side here. But the one side says Morgan, and then this side says Asland, right? That's her name, full name. Darkstalkers logo in the back here with some bats floating around to tie it together. Yeah, if you guys want to check out, he made some really cool content around receiving the piece, and also they are from Mexico. So Geek Mask was from Mexico. He had me ship it to somewhere in California, and then he drove up to he crossed the border to pick it up. You know, that's wild, right? That is wild as hell. Oh my god. Awesome, awesome. Oof, okay. One of the best ball packs, Mav. All right, so this one is for Deuce. This is go like a Gohan theme, right? So we have Beast Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and Ultimate Gohan. So bunch of Gohans everywhere. Again, had to kind of fit in multiple styles of these guys, piece them all together. Put them all here, busting through. Dragon Ball logo in the back. Pretty straightforward, you know, typical Dragon Ball background with just like crap flying everywhere, like particles everywhere. We did put the a Dragon Ball in the middle here for the antagonist button or the extra button. Super fun. Shout out to Buttercade, by the way, for the antagonist layout. We got purple and pink 3D printed corners, and look how beautiful his ball top is. Again, we use this ball top. Man, every time they come out, I buy like 3 of them and just keep them in the stash. They're my favorite ones. Oh, it's so nice, right? Pink to blue or whatever, just matches so good. More Dragon Balls on this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side, and then we have the 7 on the top. Cool, right? Stock bottom. All right, moving on. More Dragon Ball. A lot of Dragon Ball. This is Boo and Cell for Huck. Okay. I don't know what you guys think about it. So this is a Shoken Star, meaning that the attack buttons are the 30mm buttons, and then plus 3 extra buttons. So we had Kid Boo or Boo, whatever. Boo versus Cell. Classic battle, right? I just basically put a rift right in between here doing these graphics and like just put together 2 sets. And there's like, I don't know if you guys can see the pattern here, but main character, and then there's like a little montage of them in the background here, you know? So I kind of fit the 2 styles together, pink and green, just to obviously, you know, match the colors. Beautiful buttons here. I think we did use the gravities here. Yeah, I think these are the gravities, the colored gravities. And then, yeah, these are the KTs with this. I don't know if you guys can see them. They have the different settings. We do have the gravity KTs on this. One of the first builds I used the KTs on. Beautiful, beautiful build. Manga panels, and then the main characters, I put them as colored. That's kind of like the theme. You see manga panels, and then the main characters are colored. Green, pink, and green again. Blue for the sides here, for the buttons. Sometimes you don't need artwork for the, you know, the internal artwork inside the buttons. They just look cooler. Sometimes solid, you know, especially if you buy colored buttons. I do on my shop. I do sell the gravity buttons now, guys. I don't know if you guys know this. But I only sell the clear ones so that you can like if you want, I can put inserts in them. You could buy your buttons already like colored with inserts. You see this here? So, or you could, you know, obviously if you buy your own, you can get different colors. But on my site, I sell them with inserts or clear. You can just buy them clear. Beautiful, right? Yeah, this is definitely one of the nicer ones. Again, we have an engraved bottom here. This one took a hell of a long time again. Came out super nice. Ooh, this one's for Ican. Okay, another one from Ican. We got Sagat, Fakumram, and Joe Higashi. Kingza Mutai from I Can Do It. I forgot the name of the illustrator who did this. I apologize. But he had commissioned this. I did not do the graphics for this. He had commissioned this. Maybe I did the sides. So yeah, I did do the sides. Okay, so we have a stage in the background here. You know, 3 characters, screen, clear buttons as well. We have the clear gravity buttons, blue ball top. Did we do a bat top? I think it's a bat top. Blue bat top. And then we put the characters overlaid on the side. We did do, okay, the 3D printed cores we did red, white, and blue. People are like, why did you do red, white, and blue? Because it's supposed to be like a tie thing, you know? Like a Muay thing, Kings of Muay. So it's like red, white, and blue represent the Thai flag. But then people will be like, well, yeah, but it's also France and it's also America. I was like, man, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I tried my best. Um, in hindsight, after I learned more things about 3D printing, I could have done red, white, and blue, like the way that the flag is, because I learned how to do like different layering after the fact, but I wasn't there yet. Like I just didn't know enough about 3D printing yet to be able to do that. But yeah. Oh, we put a belt here. Yeah, I forgot. This is the a Muay Thai belt on the sides. We did it on both sides, I believe. And then we also have the guitar strap mod as well. This is probably my favorite engraving of the year. This one took a bunch of hours too. This is a 2 or 3 hour engraving. We did a belt, right, with a tiger and then King of Motai. This is definitely one of my favorite engravings of the year. Came out so good. I'm definitely proud of this one. Yeah, definitely, right? Nice touch. All right, moving on. We are on build number 45. 45. Okay, so this is Jeanne d'Arc for Mari, aka Oath Petals. And yeah, just did this Jeanne d'Arc theme from Fate Grand Order. Okay, put a lot of the symbols in there as well for the buttons. Took a lot of time, man. Blue. This is a Noir button layout. I think the hardest part for me on this piece, you see the border, right? The border, I had to like, it came from like a wallpaper that had maybe the corner of it, or maybe like 2 corners of it. But then I had to build the rest to kind of piece it all together, make like this cohesive like border. I don't know why I spent so much time on it, but I had to make it work. Main character here, okay. We also, you see the crosshatch pattern in the background. That basically represented the UI. The UI of the game is kind of like that, so we had to kind of build that in. Again, more work with the border, logo over here, character over here. More gold. We love the gold. We did blue and gold, blue bubble ball top, gold shaft. As long as I fly this banner, we shall never fail. Awesome, right? Mm. I see Joe Higashi in the Muay Thai graphic, plus he is from Japan. Word. More, yeah, I put like scales here, more like, you know, symbolic symbols here on the buttons. Came out so good. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is the I think this was the main, was this the main wallpaper? No. So yeah, we just pieced this together, found this really cool graphic, embedded the crosshatch background that I had made with this little like, you know, patch here. Super good, man. Yeah, gold parts. This one came out amazing. Another white enclosure. Uh okay, next one. Getting close, guys. We're at build number 47. Okay, so this is Rengoku versus Akaza, right? More Demon Slayer action for the homie Deuce again. So we just, the way I made this graphic, I definitely want them to have them like fighting each other. And then this is actually a sword in the middle. Like this divider is like a sword. Some kanji here. So, you know, they're battling, they're staring at each other. Definitely feel the tension on the piece here. I made like this really scrappy border here, like really grungy, you know. Pretty straightforward, right? All button layout. We have the gravity KTs at this point. Kimetsu, no, the yeah, Japanese Demon Slayer logo here. Both characters here. They're kind of smiling on this side, you know, but here they're battling again. You know, face, and then, you know, them facing each other. That's kind of the theme. Red, black, and blue sides kind of kept the theme going with the USB port as well. Here's the sides here. We have one side as Rengoku, right? And then the other side is Akaza. Uh, See that? Like a split panel. Super fun, right? Oof. Another engraving that we did. Yeah, awesome. I had to sneak in for the Dove logo here. But yeah, this one was super fun. All right. Oh man. This was a difficult build. That's one of the things I remember. A little difficult for me to put together. So this is like, okay. Shout out to Saif or Saif or Naus. Um, okay, so the way that this came together, the client didn't really want a character. They wanted like everything to be like a psychedelic theme, like psychedelic background, kind of like a cool psychedelic wallpaper. But then like they're like, okay, you know what? I do kind of want to. I love Final Fantasy. Could I add the bosses? So I spent all this time like arranging this like psychedelic background first, because that was like the main thing, and then I had to go find some assets from Final Fantasy and put that all together to make it work. It was pretty difficult. WASD layout, very unique button layout, extra jump button over here, angled WASD here. Again, a different stack of buttons over here, very unique. Totally custom button layout. Again, more psychedelic stuff, more Final Fantasy bosses everywhere. This is a really fun one, man. It was fun. It was difficult. It was like definitely a challenge. Knife here, more gold. We use more gold. That's the second half of the builds. It seemed like I used a lot of gold, right? Yeah, this is really fun. Cool background again. Just kind of put together the Final Fantasy like symbols here. You know. Yeah, this is up there too at one of the nicest engravings. Pretty good. All this stuff took super amount of time. All right, keeping it real clean with this is gonna be a match to remember. Chun-Li versus Mai, Capcom versus SNK. You already know. CVS2 vibes. We put the CVS2 grid. Use the grid over here. Shout out to T16 Skyhop. Yep, CVS2 theme. All Sama buttons. We did blue, yellow, and red. This battle is about to explode. Get rockin', baby. USB-C port. And we just went with simple black corners to kind of, offset the yellow. That was the whole point of it. Diamonds again on the side. This one's for the boys for sure. Yeah, facts. Diamonds on this side. So I don't know if you guys can pick it out, but sorry. The it had like a red versus blue theme. So blue on this side, right? And then if you guys can see here, it's like blue, red, red, blue, right? To kind of match the buttons. Blue on this side, red on this side. So it's like Chun-Li and Mai, both sides. Oof. Yeah, I've been going crazy with engravings, man. CVS2. We have a fan. Look how crazy I went. I found like a line art of a fan, and then line art of the sakura petals on the sides. Whew. Yeah, that was good. All right, this one's pretty special. Um, this is for the homie Cody David Holmes, and we did a Sea Viper build. AKA he also goes by Lone Wolf Moon. So Sea Viper was just about to drop. After getting to know Cody for a while, Sea Viper is his one of his favorite characters. He's an OG too, so plays Street Fighter 4. So I had to arrange. I put together this arrangement of Sea Viper with my Street Fighter 6 graphics that I had like kind of perfected over the years. But stay out of my business, her main thing. I gave him a Sega 2P layout with an extra button, and then you notice I put CERN as like the extra button because we don't know what we wanted to program it as. I told him he can program it to whatever he wants with GP2040 CE. Again, you're going to see a lot of the LED screens going in now. A lot of people are opting for that option. We did the Gravity KS buttons, not the KT buttons. Red and purple ball tops. USB port. Sea Viper freaking graphics everywhere. We have the QR codes for his tournament series, plus plus the For the Dub website. Cody David Holmes, aka Lone Wolf Moon. Mm. This one as like a cohesive piece, I think it came out amazing. I did an adaptation of my custom foam, so I put my logo and his logo together. Came out really good, man. Like even though this looks like a stock, like you could buy this from like Hori, right? That was my thing. Like I try to make it look like a stock arcade stick that like imagine Capcom had made a Sea Viper, or like Hori had made a Sea Viper stick. That was my whole goal. This one. Super fun, man. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is the Goblin stick from Clev. You guys remember this one? We and Clev did a whole stream of this. It came out awesome, man. Came out awesome. So Clev just be having ideas in his mind. This is crazy looking. People don't even like really know what's up. This is just like he had this like, yo, I want to make my this art is insane, right? He made like this goblin. I don't know if you see this here. Look at the corners. You see how it looks like a diamond? Looks like a clear encased case. So imagine you had trapped a creature inside a clear arcade stick, right? And so he imagined this like little goblin creature that got smashed inside an arcade stick, and it eats like these like nasty bugs. Okay, it eats all these nasty bugs, right? Yeah, there's like souls trapped in there, right? There's yo, okay. You gotta talk to Clem about this one. This is just fun. It's one of my favorites because of the time we spent building it and just cracking up. It's so funny. All right, so purple gravity buttons. We got removable lever. Look at the backside. So this is like the butt of the creature trapped in there, and also, okay, so this like fairy like warrior was like the character. I mean, the one that was supposed to like slay this this fairy thing was supposed to slay the creature. Okay, but it clearly failed and it got trapped in the it got trapped in the case as well. Oh, dude, the stuff that goes on in this guy's mind. Okay, and then the sides here have all like all the bugs and guts. You know what I mean? Like the bugs and guts that this thing ate. It's so funny, man. Oh, look, and we have this like custom pill top. We have this custom pill top. Yeah, it's mad funny, right? It's like I love it because it's completely unique. Just like skulls and little guts in here, and like yeah. Oh, it's so good. We 3D printed like matching stuff, so like purple, blue. Oh, actually, what is this? Cyan? Like purple cyan. Came out so good, man. Oh, I love this. And like, yo, Club rocks it. This is like his main stick. It's like the funniest thing ever. Okay. Super fun build. I love this build. You know what? I love this because it's just memories. You know what I mean? There's a lot of memories. Okay, next build. Closing on the end. This is number 52. This is a Darth Vader build for I Am Yusuf. Okay. Yeah, this went overseas as well. Um, this one came out crazy. I didn't want to do like a typical Star Wars looking thing, like with like pictures. I wanted to go more of like a cartoonish vibe or like a comic vibe. So I went and searched for assets that are like a little bit more like, a comic vibe of Star Wars. So we have the Sith logos in the background. You underestimate the power of the dark side over here. LED screen again. WASD again, black and red theme. Crazy button layouts. I don't even know what you guys thinking about with these layouts, but whatever. You say it. I try to do my best to do it. Gravity KT buttons. Okay. Comic panel of Anakin growing up. Okay. Anakin, his mom's, Anakin and Padme dead, and then him with Lord Sidious. You know what I mean? With Darth Sidious. Vader on this side, kind of contemplating life. Okay. Darth Vader logo that came from the comics. Again, a lot of these scenes from the comics that I put together. This here is like, Vader's panel. But what I did with this, so I put Vader's panel here, and I also put what's that? What's it called that? God damn it. Not QR. God damn it. I can't think right now. Yeah, we put a chip inside, basically the chips inside to be able to, yeah, NFC, duh. Yeah, we put the NFC chips inside that area. So if you tap your phone in that area, it literally pulls up a website, right? Or it could be your social media. There we go. Yeah, NFC. What's this? The Death Star on this side. Sith logos on this side. No, that's Empire, right? Empire or Sith? I forgot. And then a Vader bottom. This came out like kind of crazy because like there's so much smoke and it kind of like embedded into there, but I think it looks cool. Like I kept it because it kind of looked cool. It kind of had like this like rustic look. I was gonna redo it, but I was like, you know what? It actually looks super sick. Like it kind of smoked out and it kind of had like a luster to it, which it wasn't like. You see how it's kind of like different shades here? Because yeah, something about this engraving, it caused so much like smoke and soot, and I had to clean it up a lot, but it still came out awesome. Kind of became like more of like a rustic thing. Yeah, this build was fun, man. Oh, and look at this. One of the first builds that I did the triple stack with like the different color here. So the 3D printer corner, I learned how to like I learned how to tell my 3D printer to layer colors. Takes longer, but I think the result came out good. So you're gonna start seeing that throughout the later builds. Okay, King of Jeff had me make this Metal Sonic versus Zero. So I put like the zero slash here to differentiate the both sides. Yes, for corners too soon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kept learning. I just kept learning throughout the year. Okay, so Metal Sonic, right? You guys know Sonic Hedgehog series, and you can see I put the words Metal Sonic in the background. It says zero in the background too. The line art. Both characters here. This is the Marvel 3 version. This took a hell of a long time. We put all these symbols from the game, from the from the Sonic game in here. Crazy. Took so much time, right? Zero blasting out. And then one thing you're going to want to notice is that there's a blue side and a red side very specifically. OLED screen here. So let's explore that. Gravity buttons as well. So you see blue side, the theme continues, blue, blue, and then red and red, right? Little swing logo over here, just a little like sword slash thing separating everything. Both characters again represented. And again, look, red and blue on this side. Remember, even though this is like the back side of it, you have to remember the orientation when you do the graphics. So I had to like very specifically remember, okay, this is gonna be blue and this is gonna be red. And then we did the 3D printing corners the same way, red on this side and blue on this side with the yellow accents, right? So we got really creative with all that stuff. Zero on this side, on the red side, and then Metal Sonic on this side. Yep. Really fun, man. This this button layout is very unique. It's a stickless layout, and then these aren't meant for directions. The client wanted to use this, and they wanted to program macros for this. What's up, C's? So these are all using the GP2040. You can do macros in there. I'm not, say what you want to say. Not my stick, but yeah, you could program macros and put them up there. So, yep, that's the reason that he wanted them. Yellow USB-C port in here. Yeah, the button art, right? Yo, Mav, it took so long, fam. It like, not only do you have to like obviously cut them out, you have to insert them all in the damn thing. It takes so long, you know? Crazy. Yo, Tech, what's up, fam? What up, though? Yeah, we're going over all the commissions that we did throughout the year. Yeah, this is my last stream of the year, and then we're going through every single build that we've done. Yeah, man. Okay, bottom, King of Jeff logo over here. Again, yeah, I've been going crazy with the engraving, right? Two characters over here. Found some cool line art. Oh, man. Mobbing together. Zero, Metal Sonic. Crazy, man. All right. Before we get into Grimlock's build, I'm going to pause it here. Can you guys, if you guys haven't done this yet, everybody on the stream, it would be like amazing if you guys can do this for me. can you please vote for me for best custom controller? Right here, best custom controller for the Evo Awards. I put the link in the chat. If you can write jonyfraze for the dub like that, please, please, if you haven't had a time yet, please vote for me and vote for your favorite artists, everything too. Favorite local. But yeah, if you guys can hook your boy up, if you guys like what you see, appreciate all the work I've done throughout the year. It'd be really, really awesome if you guys could vote for me for Evo. Evo.gg/awards. And then when you get there, choose best custom controller, jonyfraze for the dub. I put it in the chat. That'll be really dope. That'll be really dope if you guys could do that for me. All right, appreciate you guys. All right, let's move on. We're on build number 54. Build number 54 for the homie Grimlock in the chat. Okay. Build number 54. We got Doflamingo, we got Nami and Robin from One Piece. Okay. The top is mainly Doflamingo, but we took the remember what we did for B Trust. So this is kind of like B Trust build, plus all the stuff I've learned, right? So not only does he have, this is actually not even the same lever. This is the Nobi lever. This is a Sakura Nobi lever. Okay, we used the same cutout. I actually modified it a little bit because I gave him a little bit more of an edge for the screws, but you can't really tell. But same concept. Okay, anime manga panels in the background that I had made. Really, I just kind of overlaid all this cool Doflamingo stuff that I had found. Found the sticker, and this is like the One Piece little icon here. This is a custom logo that when the screen boots up, you're gonna see Grimlock's logo on here. Sakura lever, yeah, Sakura Nobi lever, button inserts as well, right? Here, you can see the Evo lever here. It's so nice, man. You can kind of see like how this works. There's a clear top on here, and it's like you still see the internals. Theme continues, right? We put Doflamingo on this side. We have the girls on the other side. I love this with the treasure and everything. Fell in love with the Nobi lever, yeah. Look at this. Robin on this side. Got some of the devil fruit in here. Oh, so nice. And then look at this triple stack color. White, black, pink. So nice, right? More of the fruit here. Nami side. And then on wait, this is the SSG version, right? Of the girls together, mobbing together. And then I just overlaid a One Piece background, more manga in the background. And then to kind of highlight the Sakura, I put little Sakura petals on the foams. So nice, man. This is definitely definitely a showpiece. Definitely a showpiece. Right? Oh man. I gotta actually note this one. Let's see. I do want to talk about um yeah, this was crazy. White enclosure as well. Yeah, like these are what like my goal is when you guys go to your local or whatever and you whip out pause when you I'm just gonna say it, I'm gonna say it a nice way. When you when you unbag your arcade stick. I was gonna say whip out your stick, pause. Pause. I didn't say that. That was the first thought, but nah. When you remove your arcade stick, when you move your controller from your bag, right? Come on, man. I already said pause, man. But come on, man. All right. But yeah, like imagine Grim, you're sitting next to Grim at the logo and you see this build next to him, like you got plus frames off the rip. You're +3 on your first attack. You know what I mean? Round 1 fight, you're +3. You know? Like, yo, my man's is real serious. Yeah, this one came out crazy. All right. And we're nearing the end, guys. Build number 55 for Garbini. I learned a lot during this build. This is a mini dub, right? Seimitsu buttons, and then we put artwork inserts to make them colored, right? Crazy to see how much all of you have leveled up your crafts from when I first commissioned you. Clev and Buttero and Violent for the Violent Ken, seeing all these awesome builds for the year. Yo, thanks, Tech. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Tech's an OG, bro. We've been riding together for a while, bro. Yeah, so, okay. So this was kind of like interesting because, I was challenged to kind of keep it traditional. You know what I mean? This is let's talk about these graphic design challenges, okay? So, Garbini was like, I want the SNK theme. I also want this like other stuff to kind of make it, I don't know, more modern or like showcase a little bit of his personal tastes. So on the top, it is the traditional SNK logo, traditional colorways. But if you look closely in the background, I also overlaid some of his favorite games and I put the screenshots in the background. It's meant to be subtle. What's up, Max? It's meant to be super subtle in the background, but it still represents him. So it's like, Puzzle Bobble and like, you'll see. Okay, so I have the full thing. And on the sides here, so a couple things for the sides. These are the favorite games that he wanted to showcase, right? So I kind of made it. I put the box art on there. So Blazing Star, Bust a Move, or Puzzle Bobble, whatever. Metal Slug 3, Mark of the Wolves, KOF 98, of course. And then this is a Real Bout Fatal Fury. And then he also wanted to showcase his favorite characters, which were the Bust a Move characters, Bub and Bob, as well as Terry. So that was my challenge. I'm like, okay, how the hell am I going to do all that? First of all, it's a mini stick, okay? Mini stick. It's not a lot of room, and we have to incorporate all those things. So yeah, that's kind of like the idea that I had. I put all these things together to kind of like incorporate the theme. I think it worked really good. Neo Geo, the screen, the startup screen that you guys see when you boot up a Neo Geo game, right? Shout out to Garbini. Okay, and here's the bottom. So and then put Terry plus the characters here. I had to match these characters. These are old assets. I had to like upscale and like match the textures a little bit. And we have Neo Geo, we have Minidub, MVS, SNK, right? Okay, the other thing, I don't know if you guys could see, you see the dust washer and then the centerpiece here. Again, me learning new things throughout the year. This is a 3D printed, like, I don't know, like a icon. This is a 3D printed icon. You see it here? It's off and I super glued it in. And I also made a 3D printed dust washer with the Neo Geo logo. I've never ever done anything like that before, you know? Um, Definitely something that I could add to my repertoire. It's definitely going to cost a little bit more. But yeah, I just wanted to try different things. Super sick, right? Latest model, it's just on the site, Max. I have a different like spec, like some of the ones that you're seeing. They're like different specs depending on if you commission me or you just do the DIY ones. But you see the I added all these like extras you could buy, like the pressure fit corners. So the pressure fit corner is black and red to kind of match the SNK theme. Yeah, man. This was, even though it was a mini stick, like I put a lot of work into this one and I actually like learned a lot, you know? A little bit more to 3D printed stuff. And it does have, the front also has that NFC chip. So if you, I think if you, no, if you hit your, I think the Neo Geo side, if you put your phone here, it calls up, it calls up my website, or you can go to like whatever you want. You can program it. Oh, here it is. Here's a close up. I think I could have done it better. I just like, like Frieza was helping me a lot, like trying to get everything lined up. 3D printing is kind of like a blow up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've been learning how to do things a little bit better. Can you laser out the face or say something with clear washer material? I think I can, but just take some time. Okay, guys. This one slaps so freaking hard. One of my more recent builds, if you guys have been tuning in, this is the for Lambo Xiaolong, Witch from Mercury build, Gundam. If you guys haven't seen the series, watch it. It's so fire. It boots up with this fun Gundam logo over here, right? My God. Okay, the reason why the buttons are like this like techie thing, is because Lambo wanted to be able to experiment on the settings for the gravity KT buttons, so you can move them around. You know what I mean? All right, and then we also have my classic, comic panels over here, the Ariel logo over here. That's so. This is the Ariel is the name of the Gundam. Then we have what's her name again? Damn it. This is Miorine, and I forgot her name. Uh, Gundam, Wish from Mercury characters. She has two names. That's why I'm confused. Because she has her real name. Oh, Suletta. Suletta. Okay. Yeah. So we have Suletta, and then we have Ariel, and then this is Miorine, right? Kind of like the three main characters of the show. But yeah, we went ham. We put the Gundam here. We put Suletta here. The buttons have this like tech thing, so you can rotate them. We have our comic over here. The background is like the hangars where like the Gundams stay. So fun. We have the little symbol right over here, the school symbol. Ariel looking at you on this side. Whew. Got the bat top over here. Also, this lever is like the Sanjux ST, right? Logo. Yeah, the new Sanjux V6 ST. It's super expensive. It's like $150 lever. You guys are maniacs. All right, so this side here has the logo, and then the Gundam as well as the main character, Suletta again. Kind of made these like racing stripes, kind of add some, I don't know. Kind of wanted to add like a little bit of like movement to it, I guess. Because racing stripes makes everything go faster, right? Ariel here, we have the mark over here again. So in this series, if like basically they're students and the Gundams have to battle each other, and the one that wins, like the one who holds that one is like represents like the best one. So they have the uniform with that little icon on there. They're like the holder, they're called. The bottom piece here, I just took one of the main wallpapers and kind of like superimposed it on all the backgrounds I had made, plus the logo, Japanese logo here, and then the corners also has that symbol here. Man, yeah, this is definitely a showpiece, right? One of the nicest ones. Definitely a showpiece. Okay, and I believe this is the last one we did for the year for the builds, for the full builds. We did a six god hit stick for Devil Star, Night King, Game of Thrones. I actually started rewatching Game of Thrones with wifey. Actually, she never watched it, so I'm rewatching it, and wifey's watching it for the first time. So we have the Night King here. If you guys don't know, the spiral is basically like not really his symbol, but like I don't know if you watched it. Like there's everything has to reduce like the way that they walk. It's like a spiral, like the way that I hate to say is like the guys were killed. They put them in a spiral. It's really weird. There's a spiral pattern here. Got the White Walkers in the background here. Snowy background, of course. White case. Game of Thrones logo here. Ice Dragon over here. Yeah, try to when you rewatch it, you like pick up on more things, right? Because you kind of like already know the story, so you're not so focused on the story, just like kind of looking at all the extra stuff, right? We went with the blue ball top, aluminum shaft. Yo, Wolfgang, yo, thanks, bro. Appreciate the raid, fellas. Yeah, so everyone tuning in for Wolfgang's stream, we are going over all the arcade stick builds that I've done for the year. We're getting close to the end already. This is already build number 50 something. What is it? 50, 58. Yeah, Game of Thrones. So I know this looks like a geometric pattern, but that's actually like the wall. Like the wall in Game of Thrones. It's like the elevator part. It's hard to see it here, but that's basically what that is. It's like the wall. And then this is the bottom here. Just got a nice little, you know, nice little photo of this dude, a graphic of this dude, plus the White Walkers in the background. Again, the spiral. You see how like I cut the spiral to kind of like go through. I think that was a nice touch as well. And we put the spirals again on the foams. But yeah, guys, that's literally all the finished builds that I did. We still have a little bit more to go through. So I did 70 in total for everybody. That's like 70 full commissions in total. And that's not on top of my DIY stuff that I just shipped from my website. I did a couple hundred of those. So put in mad work this year, guys. Top to bottom, these are all the commissions. Crazy, right? Can you believe all this work I did? Holy moly. Let's cycle through real quick. Boom. One Piece build. Oh. Chris T's build. Yo, Surging Storm, I love that one is one of my favorites. That one came out so good. Crazy, right? All this work we did all year, man. Handstick, katanas builds, Gundam, man, Gundam all day. IQ for Sonic Lenjamin, Yu Static. Street Fighter build, B Trust build. Sheesh. Seeing this all together, it's just like, I don't know, man. All together, just like, each build takes like 15 to 20 hours, start to finish, graphics and all, right? Yeah, Uncle Iroh one, that one came out so good. Sheesh, guys. Literally cycling through all the builds. All right, that's the end of that. Okay, so then we did something unique, right? We did builds that are just enclosures, right? The reason why I'll tell you the reason why I had to do this. The reason why I had to just do enclosures because I have so who was asking about the new style? Max, if you're still in the chat, I have a newer like commission grade spec of my For the Dub case, well, the JF edition, jonyfraze edition. Okay, it has a newer 3D printed corners, a little bit of options for like different tech, like you can do like guitar strap and then like removable bottom, stuff like that. But I only do them because I have to like fit everything perfectly, so I have to do them as commissions. So make sure everything's perfect because like if you know, maybe I'll trust a couple people to do it on their own, but for the most part, I feel like I need to do it start to finish so that everything like ships right. Okay, so this is the first. So this is the first one from my homie Turbo Lou, local dude. So we did a Akuma theme. Um, clean, right? Yeah, the Akuma theme. Absolute. My power is absolute. Boom, boom, boom. Little Clev graphic over here that I grabbed from an old asset. Okay, you know we have the kanjis on the corner. Super fun, right? Black and red. Turbo Lou. Street Fighter bottom. Yeah, so this is the first enclosure that I just made, and I just actually he picked it up, but yeah, just pure enclosure, you know. And I even hook up some of the other 3D printed stuff. That's the first one. We did one of those. This is the second one. I didn't do this artwork. The homie Rao did this one, and this ended up to my homie D. So this is, yeah, my homie D. This is his stick, right? So Fantastic Five piece, Galactus. I just assembled this one for them. So nice, right? All right, this one is for the homie C Pen, and we used the Clever Art pack for Terry. If you guys go on Clev's Patreon, he has this like set that you could download all these assets and put on your arcade stick. So he made a Terry version. So are you okay? Right? So we did this awesome Terry top. C Pen logo over here. Power Wave. Hey, come on, come on. You know, red and white to match Terry. So sick, right? I made the sides. These sides don't exist. So I made these sides. You could get the top from Clev. Foam top. I mean foam bottom. All right. Is that the second one? That is no. This is the third one. So we this is the third one. Fourth one. Right. This is Tanjiro from Demon Slayer for Rel. Shout out to Rel. Big homie's been supporting forever. Yep. Tanjiro. Clever art on the graphics on this one. Incredible. Ooh. Yeah, Clev slayed this one. I think the only thing I did is I helped with the buttons. That's it. But Clev illustrated this whole thing. Oh, ridiculous, right? So ridiculous. I saved the inserts over here. I hope they put those in the... did I see this finished? I think I did see it finished. I'm not sure if they actually saved the inserts for the buttons. I hope they did. Forgot, Ro. Okay, I did not do these graphics. Frieza, did you do these graphics? I don't know if Frieza did this one. So this is a Rebecca for Zero Rogue. Not sure if who did these graphics. No, not you. Okay. So yeah, probably someone from the arcade stick did these graphics, right? Or maybe whatever. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Zero Rogue. Came out really good, man. Just black and yellow, cyberpunk, really clean. A lot of techie stuff. I did assemble this guy before shipping it out. 6 God layout. Ooh, guitar strap mod. Just caught that. Foam on the bottom. Is this 4? Yeah, right. That's number 4, right? So we did, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 already. So then this is number 6, which is, this is a remake. So this is the homie Pilch, local dude again. But he wanted the newer style with the screen. Okay. So we got Pilch's build right over here. Wasn't that Tanjiro? Oh yeah, did I miss that one?
Yo, Happy New Year's.
Oh, we did miss this one. Yeah, this is Tanjiro from Demon Slayer for Rel. Yo, thank you, Sifu. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the sub, guys. Let's wait. Hold on. Where are we? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 6. So number 6. Tanjiro's the main guy, just the wrong name. That's all. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, number 6 is Clev piece, original Clev piece. This is what do you call it? Ace Attorney, but with Street Fighter characters in it. So we have Goken as the judge, you know. We have Ace Attorney characters. We have Phoenix, Ken, Vega, Poison, JP. Crazy. All right, Mav. Take care, brother. Thank you for tuning in today, man. Got the homie Pilch over here. I redid some of these sides. Put Phoenix back over here. The objection here. The Pilch graffiti. Right? JP graffiti. Pilch over here. QR code. So fun, man. Just put some spray paint on the sides. NJFGC over here representing our Discord. Ace Attorney graphic with the Pilch over here. This came out really fun, man. Okay, this is number 6. Number 7, Berserk Guts All Day, right? This is by Carlos Martinez, the graphics. I didn't do these graphics, but printed this case out. I mean, print out the graphics and built out the case. So fun, man. Berserk builds always slap. Always. Put the symbol over here. This one's super simple. No graphics on this one, just pure white for Nathaniel G. Right? Pure white. Also, okay, I will say something about this build. Usually when I do all white, I do white tops too, but he also wanted to eventually put graphics in it. So what I did for him temporarily, so it doesn't look crazy, you could see all the screws and all the holes on. I actually cut out just plain white paper. And I installed white paper for the time being. You see that? I've never really done this. So you see it's clear, but it's still white. That's because there's literally a piece of white paper underneath, cut perfectly too. So that's different. Okay, here we go. Yeah, and this button layout's cool too. Look, basically have like 4 extra buttons. All right, next build. This is from Chowder. Chowder, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Can you tell us who did the graphics? Who did the illustration? Obviously Armika. We did, look at these Armika colors too. We did like the teal, yellow, and white. Yeah, Chowder, who's the artist for this? What? I don't know how to say that. Mori Licks? Mori Licks? Mori Licks. So yeah, this is the artist, guys. Oh, from the Philippines. This guy, oh, Mond, okay. Shout out to Mond. This guy's from the Philippines. Yeah, so shout out to shout out to Mond. Really awesome. Armika. All right, this is this the last one we did? This is Goku Raku guy. And this is Miss, what's her name again? Miss no, Sister Tao. Sister Tao from Goku Raku guy. This is just a wallpaper. Nothing really crazy. And then we just did black and white, everything. And then we did Panda Bedic is the client. Shout out to Panda, really awesome dude. He's one of the TOs in our area. Yeah, he's awesome, man. I love this dude. Shout out to Panda. Amazing Fatal Fury player. Really strong anime player in general as well. There we go. We got the Panda Bedic graphic over here. So nice. And then the kick and punch pattern on the bottom for the foam. Is that it? Did we do one more? Oh, we have more. We have more, yeah. So we have Zero Rogue. Why is this not loading? I don't know. This one's not loading for some reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is Morgan, obviously, like coming back from a gig. You know what I mean? She's like a guitarist, and this is by Cuppy. The whole illustration is done by Cuppy. Cup Doodles on Instagram or on X. Zero Rogue, really awesome, right? Here comes a new challenger. Boom. Shout out to Cuppy for this one. Yeah, we did bats on the bottom. Awesome, right? Look at that. It's like her opening her trunk. You know what I mean? And she's like, this is her gig. Arcade bar, Morgan and the Darkstalkers. How cool is that? She's like a rock star. Capcom Arcade symbol over here, Metro City over here. How all the little like tiny things is amazing. Look at the stickers. We got Cuppy sticker over here. Spider-Man, Capcom here. What is this here? Hard Rock Cafe. How sick is that? It's just so the tiny details, man. I love it. All right, so this is Hibiki from Last Blade for Jack Taff. OG over here with the 6 buttons. Come on, man. Yeah, we just went with white. Kind of did a matching 3D printed corner, purple, red, and white. So clean, right? Sakura bottom. That's what we had. And that's it. That's all of the 70 builds that we've done this year. It's crazy. Um, can you believe all the work we've done? That's insane. Okay, so let's go over like what I think my top 5. And I'm not talking about like top 5, like which I think is the best. I'm thinking about top 5, like I had the most fun working on it. So I think all of them that I put down, especially the ones I did the graphics on, I just tried my best to do what the client wanted as far as their theme and to bring it to life. So I'm proud of everything that I've done. But these are the ones that maybe the ones that I enjoyed building the most because I maybe identify with the themes a little bit more. Maybe I learned something. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say the first one that I really enjoyed making was this one. Yeah, I mean, it got me into watching this series. It's free on YouTube, by the way. You guys can watch this for free on YouTube. The Witch from Mercury Gundam. Look it up. It's on Gundam's YouTube channel. Whole series is free. I just love Gundam. I just like the primary colors of it. I don't know. I learned a lot. Like this is basically the pinnacle of all I've learned for the year. Like the programming of the extra buttons, the OLEDs, like using the 3D using all the 3D printed stuff that I've learned. This is definitely up there. I think the one that I also really enjoyed making because I felt like I was making something like very luxurious was Aunt G's. Where's Aunt G's stick? The Midnight Dream one that we talked about earlier. Felt like that one was like very special because it's like I don't know, it's simple, but yeah, here it is. Simple, but it really like showcases what you could do with just like clean looking. Look at that. And that shit is fire. That's crazy, you know? What else did I really enjoyed the Spider Punk piece. Where's that? Spider Punk, I think like I think I spend the most time on graphics. I think I spend the most time on graphics on this one. I just like the process of making these graphics were so fun. I just remember that. Like I didn't want to stop. Usually I usually cap myself at maybe like 2 hours, because like time is money, right? And like I factor the cost. Okay, like the commission gets you 2 hours of me designing, 2 or 3 hours of designing. This one I spent way more time because I just kept going. Putting everything together that I wanted. So yeah, this is definitely special. You know, um, what else? Spider Punk. Clev's mini dub was good. Honestly, this one was. I'm gonna add this one too because it was a non-fighting game theme, and I kind of made it like the way it looks. It just looks like a relic, like it came from a sarcophagus. Like it came like you busted through the pyramid and it was just sitting there. You know what I mean? Like something about it, and I had to get really creative because like none of these things existed. There was no like Anubis anything. I had to like make all these little assets, these pyramids, and like these little background pieces, and it was very hard. And finding like a font that like was like a hieroglyph. There's just so much work to this that you guys don't even understand. So even though it's like looks like a basic Vuelich stick, I put mad time into this, and I felt like um, yeah, I felt like really proud of this one. What else? Clev's piece. Which one do you guys like first of all? Out of all the ones you guys remember, if you guys were tuning into the most of the stream, this piece was just the most fun to build because I got to hang out with Clev. Like me and Clev were just building this together. It was so fun. It was just goofing around, and I already explained it for everybody that didn't tune in. Maybe you could catch it later, but like I explained the whole reasoning to this, and it's just so funny And every time I see this stick, I just laugh out loud and just remember a good like that good time we had building this. I would say those are like my 5 favorite ones that I got to work on this year. Um, let's see the most like one of the ones I want to talk about was like probably the hardest to build was Chris T's. I know this is so basic. I don't know if I can find it still. Chris Tatarian stick, even though it looks so basic, that thing was like a challenge. Here it is. 12 millimeter buttons, doing the inlay over here, that was technically like I've never done anything like that, doing the inlay over here, you know. This is the first time I built like a JF edition for somebody. So I told Chris like, hey man, like you gotta give me some time on this one because I'm like trying a lot of new things. So even though it's really simple, it was pretty tough to do. Um, what else? I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, we definitely had B Trust build, right? The B Trust build, as well as B Trust and Grimlock's piece, right? So B Trust was this one, learning how to do the lever. There's again, we're just going over the most technically difficult. How to do the lever cut. I had to learn that, make sure that it was stable. And then yeah, Grimlock's piece too. I think we showed that off earlier. I mean, later. Yeah, Grimlocks is here. This one basically same thing with the screen. A lot of new stuff. Technically, like I had to learn how to do all this stuff this year. Um, the Night King piece, the last piece that we did, this was kind of tough too, just because of all the assets, the LEDs plus the OLED screen plus the stickless, the hit stick, having to program all that stuff. You know what I mean? That was kind of tough. Yeah, those are the ones that are like technically a lot of like very tough. Honestly, this one I had a technical issue with too. Turned out to be the USB port was shot. Like I had a bad batch of USB ports, and I thought there was something wrong with the stick. Ended up being 5 of the USB ports that I bought were shot. I just kept using them in tandem. Like a whole batch was bad. Okay, quick question. You don't have to go back to the pics, but for the Chris T inlay, if you remember how many attempts before you got it to fit just right, it took me like 4 times. Yeah, 4 times, and I had to learn like what tolerances to use. It was kind of hard, man. And then I didn't have much material, so I was freaking out because I was using like the extra material from a previous build, so I didn't have much material left for the cutout. Um, okay, most risky, right? Design that paid off. I'm gonna say this one only because of I had to try to learn all this crap, like how to do the 3D printed, insignias here, and like I it was risky because I didn't want to ruin the original Neo Geo aesthetic, right? But also incorporate all this new stuff. I talked about this earlier when we were talking about it. And I felt like this was like a technical challenge to keep it simple but also incorporate all the stuff the client wanted. And then I learned all this new stuff like how to 3D print like, different like I did the dust washer and this little icon in here and the NFC chip as well. So, and all that stuff, it pays off because now I know that I could do this stuff in the future, as an option. So, I'm gonna say that. Um, One that I would make for myself again, probably this one. I would not use the same button layout, but I would remake this stick like for myself. You know what I mean? I would remake this stick for myself as something for me to own because I really I love this series now, and I just love Gundam and I love the colors. Like that would be the one I would remake for myself. But yeah, what do you guys think? You guys have it? If you let me give you guys a link. If you guys go from the 2025 and below, if you kind of go halfway, no, maybe like 3/4 way down, you'll see where it says. But let me know which one you guys like the best. If you guys want to call it out in the chat. But yeah, man, we put in mad work, right? Also, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm excited to kind of get started again for this year. I think what I'm going to do is I will, a midnight build, yeah, I agree. I think what I'm going to do is I'll start maybe on Monday. I'll open the queue up again. And then, yeah, I'm just looking to get better, you know? I was thinking about maybe incorporating different shapes into my commissions now. Maybe I could do the BnB shape, something like that, or things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably gonna reopen on the 5th. I'm gonna try Monday the 5th. I'll reopen up the queue and start again. Listen, I'm not trying to outdo my previous year. Like last year, I did like 60 builds or something like that. I'm not trying to outdo that. I'm literally just, I think this year I'm just going to focus on making like the best stuff as possible. Like, you know, really make everyone a banger for people. I might even turn away some builds. I might even turn away like the really simple stuff and just focus on bangers, you know, like really high end stuff. Um, I do have a lot of parts now on my website that like, for instance, the gravity buttons I have now. So I have these in stock. I could probably turn around things a little quicker because I have some of the things in stock. I don't have levers in stock. I don't sell levers. I have some PCBs in stock. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna look to do like my best work this year, not really focus so much on like doing as many. Oh, a couple of like I had these pages open too. Really proud of this work too, even though this is not Fightsticks, but producing like multiple events. Man, this like making the Salty Soiree, like producing this event was so fun and stressful. Miss Patricia and I worked so hard to make this event. Everybody came out dressed up, you know, it was really fun, man. We had some amazing players show up. Shout out to the Williams Center. Shout out to everybody that helped. Shout out to Fever for doing this amazing like production on stream. It's crazy. So yeah, proud of that. We also did a lot of beatdowns and beers team battles. We had a really crazy year, guys. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff happen, man. So yeah, really proud of that. Really, really proud of the work I did this year. Um, Real talk, I didn't make a lot of money this year. Like you guys think all these commissions happen? I barely make any money on these commissions. If you add up all the costs of just look up all the parts and buy all the parts, you're gonna see I barely make any profit off any of these. I kind of just do the builds for the love, and I'm hoping you guys hit up the website and yeah, I literally just hope you guys hit the website and build one for yourself. That's like my main thing is for you guys to buy a DIY enclosure and build it yourself to get into the hobby. You know, so if you guys want to support, best thing you could do is pick up something from the shop. That would be awesome. And then last thing before I head out, guys, again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Definitely, if you guys like my work, give me a vote for Evo for best custom controller. jonyfraze for the dub. That would be so dope if you guys could do this. I don't think anyone's honestly, I don't think anyone's worked as hard as me this year making customs for everybody. You know, as you could see, I don't think a lot of people outputted as much as I have, and to the quality that I outputted. So if you guys agree, give me a vote, please, on Evo Awards. That'll be super dope. All right, if you guys could do that for best custom controller, that would be so sick, man. All right. I'm not even gonna trip if I don't even get mentioned or like whatever. I just someone told me that I should put my name up on there, and I think I did enough work to kind of to justify even a nomination. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'll chop this up and make this like a bigger YouTube video or anything like that. It might be tough, but thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed every single build that I've done this year and all the events that I've thrown. I appreciate you guys for supporting me. I appreciate everyone that's ever picked up anything in the shop, everybody in the Discord, the whole crew, family for supporting as well. Happy New Year, guys. God bless. Hopefully you guys had a good holidays. Be safe tonight. Don't do anything stupid. Just make sure you get home safe. All right. Love you guys. Happy New Year. I'll catch you guys on Discord.